Yo, what it do, baby? It's your boy, Orion, one half of the Northwest Sports Fanatics, back at you with a new video. So we're going streaming today. Gurman Ninja, what it do, my guy? I'm going to wait for some people to get up into the chat in the room. I have a great show for you guys today. Today's show, we're going to go over the NFL rankings, worst to first chances going into the 2019 season. Michael Pierpont, what is good, my guy? Now, this is an interesting stream that we're going to do today because every season we have at least one team that goes from worst to first. Gurman Ninja, how's my day? My day is great. Woke up at 4 a.m, went to my full-time job for Verizon Business, got a couple deals today, talked to business owners in New York and Boston. Got off at 2, visited 2 really close friends, and then obviously prepared for this awesome show that we have for you guys on Friday. Hopefully your guys' Friday went as good as mine. And he said Eagles first. We're going worst to first. So this is going to be interesting, list. Because like I said, as you look at some of the teams, you got to kind of think back, who went last year? And you got to go through all the divisions. So chances for what? Most wanted Super Bowl, playoffs, 1 seed. Damon P. Aquadio, baby. I chose LSU for face of the franchise in Madison. Awesome. I haven't still got my copy of Madden yet. I was going to go and pick it up tonight, but I'd rather, be with y'all and, show the grind and show the effort and go over a show. And if I have to pick that up this weekend, it's not a problem. So what we're going to do, most wanted 28. We're going chances from going from worst to first in the division. So we're not necessarily saying that they're going to go to the Super Bowl. We're not saying that they're going to go to the NFC Championship game. We're not saying that we're going to go to the AFC Championship game. We're talking about going from worst to first, and obviously that gets you into the playoffs, right? But we just don't know how far the team would go. Obviously, you have to overachieve a lot, right? And then also you have to hope that the teams ahead of you, things happen. There's going to have to be some injuries. There's going to have to be some poor play, some close losses. I chose LSU for the face of the franchise in Madden. Fly, Eagles, fly, Shay. I chose Texas Tech. I'm going to go as Oregon when I get it. I'm playing your Ducks. Oh, Jaguars first. Michael Pierpont. So as far as the list goes, I'll start it off. And then as more people get into the room, I'll go ahead and I'll, go over it again, make sure everyone's caught up. Right now, I don't know what you guys are watching or doing. They got the Hall of Fame, jacket celebration, which is all great and all. But what I'm watching right now, I got Missouri, right, and Missouri, right, and Texas A&M, I believe from 2013, I believe. Let me take a look. November 30th, 2013, Johnny Football. I'm kind of excited. I like watching old school tape to kind of go over, evaluating talent and what could have been. But I wanted to go over this video with y'all. Brian Chaffino, Ravens flock. What it do, my guy? Ryan Schrick, the Chiefs fan. He said, I'm playing Madden, but I guess I'll hop on and listen to what O-Dog has to say. Christy Rowe. Who dat? I saw your guys' little practice and your training camp today. You guys are looking nice. I see the chemistry with Jared Cook and Breeze already. I'm excited. Chowdhury, the Colorado Avalanche. I'm not watching the NFL this season. 3 hours is a lot of time for a college student. Hey, you got to do what you do, big dog. You got to make it happen. But Denver Broncos, Chowdhury, one of my best friends is the hugest Denver Bronco fan. We are going to go see the Denver Broncos and the Seattle Seahawks this upcoming Thursday. 4th row behind the Bronco bench. I'm going to wear a Von Miller's jersey for my buddy so we can be both matching Von. So that way, hopefully, I can get him some merch and some gear and I can yell down at some of the Bronco players. He's kind of shy. So I figured if I dress up and wear Von jerseys with him, then maybe we'll have a better chance. Because if I wear my Bucks gear, obviously Denver guys aren't going to throw me anything. So we'll have to see what happens. What up, Orion Pax? He said, what up? And he said, who is that? Optimus Prime. If you actually know your history for Transformers, what to do, my guy? Too fast. 49ers on the up and up. Let's go over these rankings right here. NFL rankings from worst to first. This way that when you talk to people in school, when you talk to guys at work, girls at work, when you talk to your friends, you sound like the smartest guy or smartest girl in the room. I'm going to lock it down right now, and let's go into the rankings, all right? Chowdhury says, nice. I go back to school for my second year of college, August 20th. Big ups, my guy. You know, what are you majoring in? You know, college is huge. You know what I mean? Everyone has a lane. You just got to find it and then stick with it. But that's awesome. I'm proud of you. So as we go into the rankings from worst to first, as I go to number 8, so we're going over all the divisions, AFC East, West, South, North, NFC North, South, East, West, right? So if I go over number 8, this is the team that has the least likely chance of going from worst to first. And as I get to 1, the best chance. Now, realistically, all these teams should have no chance because they're not as good as the other teams that are ahead of them, but it happens every year, worst to first. So there's always some parity in the NFL, and that's why we love the game of football in general. Number 8. Number 8 is a team that you probably could guess who it is. They have been extremely banged up at the wide receiver position. If that didn't already spoil the answer of what I'm going to say, you should know who this is. They have a tough schedule, right? Injuries all across the board, as well as suspension as well. The number 8 team, the least likely chance to go from worst to first in the NFC East and the NFC, the New York Football Giants. You got Saquon Barkley, and that's about it. You lost everybody else. No Olivier Vernon, right? No Landon Collins, right? Who else do you got? I mean, it's really thin out there. So I'm not sure how many wins the Giants are going to get. When will Daniel Jones get to play? Who the hell knows? He might get to play after Game 5, Game 6. Will he sit the whole season? I mean, regardless if Daniel Jones started day 1 or Eli started day 1, you're going to lose a lot of games. I would assume they're going to probably be bottom 5 in the entire league. New York Football Giants have the least likely chance to go from worst to first in the NFC East. Now let's move on. Intrigued? Comment below. Number 7. Number 7 is a team that is looking up at big brothers in the division for quite some time. They just had a significant injury on crappy grass or turf that their star wide receiver injured his ankle and leg on. Now he's out for a numerous amount of weeks. He is not going to be ready. All their team pretty much on the offensive end gets banged up. The guys that are going to show out for this team to make up for it, avoid the Boyd, Tyler Boyd, and my boy, Joe Mixon. Who am I talking about? The 7th least likely team out of the 8 teams in the divisions in the NFL to make a transition from worst to first, the Cincinnati Bengals. AJ Green, what can you say? Eifert gets injured all the time. Even Mixon gets banged up. I mean, no one is going to be able to save this team. Andy Dalton had a fan that was wearing his face as a t-shirt. You couldn't even plug him into the lineup and get more W's. Better than the Giants. You know, chances getting from worst to first. But in my opinion, Ravens will probably be the 3rd team, right? Bengals last, Ravens 3rd. Cleveland 2nd. Yeah, I said it. Cleveland 2nd with a possible wild card ability and chance in the AFC North, right? With the Pittsburgh Steelers taking the division. Number 6. Number 6, so as we get deeper and deeper, these teams have a better chance. But I don't really feel that number 6 has a chance right now. Number 6 is going to be playoff appearance within the first 3 years when they move to Vegas. The number 6 option that would be able to go from worst to first, the Oakland or Las Vegas Raiders. All right, I like their draft picks. Cleveland Farrell, you got help on the back end. You got Josh Jacobs, but the schedule is very difficult. And you're sitting in a division with the Denver Broncos, who are better than you, but it is possible that the Raiders could finish in 3rd place when the season is over in that division. It's going to be Kansas City, right? Los Angeles Chargers, Denver, or Oakland. Vice versa, you can flip-flop them, and depending on the Melvin Gordon situation, Los Angeles Chargers, there's a chance, because their defense is elite, if they can get the 3-headed horse at running back, right, with Johnson, Eckler, and Melvin Gordon, it's possible they could win maybe a game or 2 more than the Kansas City Chiefs, but I doubt it. I like Mahomes. I like what they're building with Andy Reid, and I think the Kansas City Chiefs are going to win that division, but it will be close, probably 12-4, 11-5, 11-5, 10-6, 13-3, 12-4. It'll only be by a game on whoever has that top position. So number 6 out of all the divisions, out of all 8, worst to first, the Oakland Raiders have a better chance than the Bengals and Giants to go from worst to first, but it's not looking too good for them with the Chiefs and the Chargers both making the playoffs this year. Number 5 is going to be a team you're surprised that I said now rather than maybe 6, 7, or 8. You're thinking, wow, does he actually think something's going to happen with number 5? Number 5 is a team that everyone is sleeping on. They had the number 1 pick in the draft, Kyler Murray. People don't know how good Kyler Murray is. They like to say, yeah, he's small. You know what I mean? He could be maybe like a Russell Wilson or Mahomes, but this O-line is garbage. David Johnson will never be the same. Larry Fitz is 1 year older. The defense is booty-O's, as New Day would say, booty-O's. But Kyler Murray is going to show out this season, right? There is a chance that they can compete with the Niners for that third place spot. We don't really know, with injuries with the Rams and the Seahawks, but with the Rams still being the front runner in the NFC West, regardless if Gurley plays a snap all season or doesn't, Henderson is good enough to play all season long, and the Rams could still win the NFC West with 10, 11, 12 wins in that division. The question mark is the Seahawks and the 49ers. Who is going to be able to compete with each other? It seems like everyone is writing the Niners off already. I wouldn't. I think that they have a good chance to battle Seattle. Seattle has had a lot of pieces taken away from them. Russell Wilson's going to have to do more. No Frank Clark. That's going to be big. Chris Carson tends to get banged up. No more Dougie B, Doug Baldwin. Tyler Lockett will show out. But what are you going to get from DK Metcalf? He can't run routes just yet, right? And obviously losing Earl Thomas III is going to be a significant loss. So I have number 5 team out of the 8 in the divisions to go from worst to first over the Raiders, the Bengals, and the Giants' chances of getting from worst to first. I got the Arizona Cardinals. Patrick Peterson is out for 6 games. I get it. Right? You got a lot of pieces that are thin. Are we getting David Johnson from 2016? Or are we getting David Johnson from last year? What kind of Larry Fitz are we going to get? What kind of defense are we going to get? Kyler Murray is the truth. He's going to be one of the more exciting quarterbacks in this upcoming season. Don't look for a Patrick Mahomes kind of season, but don't be surprised at the end of the day if Kyler Murray throws for 30 touchdowns and has about 5 or 6 rushing touchdowns on the ground with about 600 yards on the ground rushing. It could happen. I like him. Believe it. I said it. Stamp it. Big facts. Now we're getting in the top 4. Now these 4 teams have a legitimate shot to go from worst to first, and I'm being very honest. The Giants, the Bengals, the Raiders, and the Cardinals do not. At least in this point, from what we've seen in training camp, it would be really hard for those teams to be able to go from worst to first, especially with all the talent with the other 3 teams that are ahead of them. They might not even be able to get into third place in some of those divisions, the Giants, the Bengals, the Raiders, and the Cardinals. The only way that's going to happen, significant injuries to those 3 teams ahead of them, and then they would have to overachieve and dominate at home, and I'm not sure if you're going to see that. But don't sleep on certain teams that are third place teams. Niners, right? Denver Broncos, Ravens, or Cleveland, okay? The Redskins. It doesn't sound like these teams are going to really do anything, but sometimes those are the teams that are the most dangerous. It's easy to go for the guys at the top, but just because you're good last year doesn't mean shit going into this season. This is a new season, new coaches, a new day, and now we're getting into the cream of the crop. Number 4. Are you guys ready? Number 4. I love this team. I also love the team called the Buffalo Bills. Now, this team that I'm talking about, both of them are going to be able to be nipping at the heels of New England. Is New England going to win the AFC East? Yes. Is New England the favored team to make the Super Bowl again? Yes. Unfortunately, we want new blood. We want to see someone else. But until it happens, we always have to have them as the favored team until someone clips them, right? Teams that could clip New England, the Chiefs, the Chargers, the Colts, Pittsburgh, and if everything goes right by a miracle, maybe even the Cleveland Browns or Baltimore Ravens, but it would take a lot, okay? This team right here, though, I could see the running back that was acquired from this team win the rushing title this season. Who am I talking about? They got the new swaggy uniforms, my favorite going into this season, even though most teams didn't change. I like it that they went away from their traditional helmet and did something different, a different color, a different swag. I like Jamal Adams. He's one of my favorite safeties in the league already, not named Derwin James. I'm talking about the New York Jets, Jets, Jets. CJ Mosley, first ballot Hall of Famer if he stays healthy, right? Jamal Adams, if he stays healthy, first ballot Hall of Famer. These guys have the goods, all right? Quinnen Williams up front could be a Warren Sappish kind of player. This team is looking good, all right? They have plenty of pieces. Sam Darnold, now you got Le'Veon Bell. Now you're a little weak at wide receiver and tight end. I get it, right? But they are progressing, and no one is talking about Le'Veon Bell. Let's take a moment as we're going into fantasy. All we're hearing is Saquon Barkley at 1. Right, they have no weapons at wide receiver. He'll get a chance to make a name for himself again, right? Then they're talking about Zeke. Where is he? Is he in the United States? Is he in Cabo? Is he working out? Is he getting fat? Is he eating? Is he eating all day? Is he eating cereal? What is he doing? Right? Alvin Kamara, AK-41. What is he doing? Is he practicing well? Can he take a full workload all season? Can he be the man without Mark Ingram? Is it possible? Run CMC. We hear about him, dual threat. Cam Shoulder is not 100%. He'll get a lot of looks. But what about my boy, arguably the best running back that wasn't Todd Gurley in the last couple years prior to last season? What about Le'Veon Bell? Why is no one talking about Le'Veon Bell? I feel comfortable with Le'Veon Bell this season that if you picked him in fantasy, you could win a championship with him. He's going to be patient. He's a good runner. He knows how to hit the holes. He's a great receiver. You got a quarterback that now has confidence that doesn't have to force the balls that he did last season with a Le'Veon Bell in the backfield. This team is dangerous. I'm not sure if they can go from worst to first, but as far as talent is concerned, they're like number 2 in the division, right? Number 3, depending on what happens with Buffalo and the Jets. I could definitely see both of those teams having a chance to make a wild card this season. Yeah, I said it. The Jets or the Bills have a chance to make a wild card this season. So remember what I'm saying. The Chiefs and the Chargers are getting in. So that means if Pittsburgh wins the division, the only spot that's going to be open is the Browns, maybe the Texans if the Colts win, right? Or in this division. It could be the Jets or the Bills. It sounds crazy, right? But things in the NFL are crazy. That's why we love the game. So look for the Jets to make a run, and they could end up being second place in the division. And if they miss the playoffs, probably 8-8. But I could definitely see the Jets or Buffalo hitting a 9 or 10 win season mark this year or next year. I like the way that the teams are building. Now, do I like Adam Gase more than McDermott? No, I like McDermott on the Bills better. But with the roster that you have, it might be enough with Le'Veon Bell being the bell cow, ring the bell, ding dong, Le'Veon Bell can make it happen. Number 4, New York Jets, Jets, Jets. Number 3. So this is the most likely 3 teams that can go from worst to first. All right. Number 3 is a team that I'm familiar with. Number 3 is a team that gets clowned on week in, week out. When you see someone wearing the gear of this team other than myself, you probably shake your head. You feel sorry for them. You're wondering, when are they going to win a damn game? When are they actually going to make the playoffs again? When are they going to be respectable? When are they going to have a quarterback that doesn't eat W's? When are they going to have a quarterback that doesn't steal crab legs? When are they going to have a quarterback that doesn't grab a Uber girl's ass getting a burrito? Who are we talking about? We're talking about my team. We're talking about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the Bucks, the third best chance out of all the 8 teams to go from worst to first, but it's going to be tough. New Orleans Saints are going to win the division. Chances are the Falcons will get second, unless significant injuries nip them like they did last year. The Carolina Panthers have a chance to get second place and fight for a wild card spot also, but with Cam's shoulder, I don't know what Cam Newton am I getting. Am I getting Cam Newton MVP? Or I'm getting Cam Newton busted up player that isn't 100%. Is DJ Moore and Curtis Samuel going to dominate? Yes. Is Run CMC going to dominate? Yes. Is Luke Kuechly going to dominate? Yes. But with the Buccaneers, the question is, you have to have a lot of things happen. Significant injuries. You're going to have to be able to win one-on-one matchups in the division. If the Bucs are going to go from worst to first, that would mean that they would have to go 4-2 in the division or better. It doesn't seem very likely, but they have things that the other coaches and other teams don't that I mentioned already. The Jets, the Cardinals, the Raiders, the Bengals, and the Giants. The Bucs have 3 brand new coaches and some new blood, which has given me confidence going into this season. Bruce Arians took the Cardinals to a Super Bowl. Think about that for a second. They haven't really ever been dominant before he got there. When he got there, he made them relevant, and I want to be relevant again. Then you get Todd Bowles, a guy that didn't really get a fair shake. Now I got him at D coordinator. The best one that I've had probably since Monty Kiffin. And then you got a guy like Byron Leftwich, who had a decent NFL career, calling plays for me, obviously, and trying to mentor Jameis. Can they do it? I don't know. But the weapons on offense, besides Jameis Winston and the running back position, they look nice. Mike Evans, a top 7 wide receiver in the league with a chance to be top 5 this year. The biggest breakout wide receiver, Chris Godwin, has a chance to make him and Mike Evans one of the best duos with Thielen, right, and Diggs, right, and Odell Beckham and Jarvis Landry. You could be saying next year, hey, Mike Evans and Chris Godwin, they're the best duo in football. It sounds crazy, but it could happen, right? The running back position is thin. Peyton Barber and Ronald Jones aren't good enough. The line isn't good enough. At least that's what they're saying, right? But what about the impact of the guys on defense? Vita Vea got injured, but he's a beast up front, right? Then you get Sue to replace Gerald McCoy, a beast up front. You have Levante David going into his 8th, 9th year for Tampa Bay at linebacker, is a stud, my favorite player on the current roster. They get a guy that it's going to be my new favorite player from LSU, Devin White. He's going to win Defensive Rookie of the Year. Yeah, I said it. He's going to win it. He's going to make the biggest impact. Watch his highlights on YouTube. He's like Darius Leonard. He's going to make the team win more games. How many more? We'll have to see. Secondary's kind of booty, so they'll have to overachieve. But with 3 new coaches, they have a chance to make it happen. How many wins will they get? Most people right now are predicting 4 to 5 wins. But with Bruce Arians, I think that you have to go a little higher than that. That I think that they could go as high as 7, go 7-9 if they overachieve and play a little bit better. If they have a little bit of luck, and there's some injuries at the top with the New Orleans Saints. I'm not saying season-ending injuries, but Drew Brees goes down for maybe a couple games, and Bridgewater has to be a game manager. Or maybe, for example, Cam Newton goes down for a period of 4 to 5 games, and other teams can creep up. Or maybe Devontae Freeman re-injures himself and goes down. There's an opportunity for a couple more wins to be had than 7-9, and all you need is a couple more to win the division. So if things happen in that way, don't be surprised if the Tampa Bay Buccaneers get to about 10 wins. The best case scenario for Tampa Bay, if everybody gets injured on the New Orleans Saints, Atlanta Falcons, and the Panthers, you're looking at 11 wins. But that's in a perfect world. Probably not going to happen. But if any team could go from worst to first, and if Tampa Bay did it, I don't think a lot of people would be shocked. They would be in the fact of maybe beating the New Orleans Saints, but I don't think people would be that surprised if Tampa gets past Atlanta and the Panthers. Yeah, those teams are good, right? But there's wiggle room. The talent on offense with Mike Evans and Godwin. Oh, and didn't even mention O.J. Howard and Cameron Brate, probably one of the best duos besides So Bad It Hurts Zach Ertz and Dallas Goedert. So it could happen. Jameis could play better. Jameis might lick the fingers for the W, and it might actually end up in a W. Maybe the players will listen. Maybe he'll stop throwing dumbass interceptions off his back foot. I don't know. Maybe the Buccaneers will have a running game. Maybe the offensive line will play better. I don't know. But if they end up going from worst to first, it would make me happy. I'd love to have the Saints get in at the wild card. Best case scenario, if I ended up going 11-5 and then the Saints went 10-6, I don't know what to do with myself if that happened. But to get into the dance would feel great at a wild card or winning the division. I'm not sure if it's going to happen this year, but I'm rooting for my Bucs to stop being the loser team at the bottom of the division. I'm like the Cleveland Browns. I'm like the Detroit Lions. I'm like the Cardinals. Every year it's a disappointment. I don't want to tell Marcus in the draft, right, when we get to week 3 or week 4, and I say, hey, Marcus, what time is the draft? because that's how it's been for me since 2007. That's a long time to not go to the playoffs and keep repping your team. Number 3, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. All right. Number 2, now this gets spicy. These 2 top teams, I actually think that they could go from worst to first with the most utmost confidence, okay? The Bucs have a chance, but I love the New Orleans Saints, and I love Drew Brees. I feel that, Drew Brees could win the MVP. If he doesn't win the MVP and Mahomes wins it again, he's going to win Super Bowl MVP. I think the team is that deep, so that's why I'm kind of like, I don't know if the Bucs can beat the New Orleans Saints. You might be able to, beat the Falcons and the Panthers if other things happen with injuries, but can you beat the Saints twice? No. Could you maybe split once and then beat those other teams, 2 games twice? That would be best case scenario, but then you're going to have to show me that you can do it with all those offensive weapons, running game, offensive line, and beyond. Number two is a team that no one's talking about. Number 2 is a team that has had arguably the best running back to ever wear cleats. They also had a guy retire early that's arguably one of the best players at wide receiver, not named Jerry Rice, not named Randy Moss, not named T.O., and when it's all said and done, moving forward another 5 to 10 years, you might say, I like this wide receiver better than T.O. I like this receiver better than Randy Moss, but you can't say you like him better than Jerry Rice. Who am I talking about? I'm talking about number 2, the best chance to go from worst to first. Number 2, the Detroit Lions. This division is the hardest to predict, okay? Is it going to be Minnesota that wins the division and they go 11-5 with the most well-rounded offense, defense, and balanced team? Is Dalvin Cook going to stay healthy? Is Harrison Smith going to return to elite form? Right? What's going to happen with Anthony Barr? Is Thielen and Diggs going to dominate? Right? Is Kirk Cousins going to have a better relationship with Rudolph to get him the ball more? What will happen with this team? We don't know. Will the Chicago Bears win 2 years in a row? Will the team dominate on defense like they did? Do they have enough pieces on offense to win back-to-back? Khalil Mack is the truth, and the defense is one of the best, period, in the NFL. But I don't know if I really believe in the offense. I like Montgomery, the running back. I think he's going to make a big difference, but I'm not sure if they're going to win the division. But I could see them making the wild card. And then the Packers, another sleeper team. You got Aaron Rodgers. And I've seen some ridiculous shit saying that people think that he's not a top 5 quarterback anymore. It's interesting where people are just forgetting about Aaron Rodgers. Devontae Adams, Rodgers, new coach in LaFleur. They can make it happen. The defense is probably the deepest it's been in a long, long time. Secondary looks good. The front 4 looks good. They should be able to help Rodgers gain his breath. What will they do? Will they dominate? Will we see an Aaron Rodgers like we did 5-6 years ago where he just throws at will and gets people open? Valdez-Scantling and a lot of these other guys, Geronimo Allison, are they going to take the next step? What will happen? But everyone's talking about the Packers. Everyone's talking about the Bears. Everyone's talking about Skol and the Vikings. But what about Detroit? This is the hardest team to predict who's going to win, let alone a worst to first could happen. Okay? You got guys that were, training camp stars a couple years ago to preseason guys that made a name for themselves in Kenny Golladay. I remember watching him and thinking, this kid is amazing. He's going to make a name for himself. Now, he's probably the most reliable receiver you have for Matthew Stafford, right? You got Marvin Jones, but I like Golladay more. He could break out. You finally got a damn running back, not named Reggie Bush, and Kerryon Johnson. What if he runs for 1,200 yards and scores 10 times? It could help. And then you get the best tight end in the draft to replace Ebron and TJ Hawkinson. What can this guy not do? He can block, right? He's got great hands. He's got good footwork. He's got a knack for the end zone. Could this be the year that we see something that we don't think we're going to see? Maybe the Green Bay Packers have an injury to Rodgers, right? And they scale back a few wins, right? Maybe Trubisky isn't as accurate and as good as they were last year. What happens if Kirk Cousins implodes? There's room. There's room to wiggle. Okay? It could happen. The defensive line is one of the best in the NFL. All right? All 4 guys up front, all right, are rated over an 80, right, on Pro Football Focus. I know sometimes Pro Football Focus doesn't get it right, but they have some depth. Big play Slay on the back end. It could happen, all right? They have some players. Davis at linebacker from Florida. They have pieces. Will they be able to do it? No one believes in them, but sometimes the Lions end up making a name, making a move, getting to the playoffs. This team has a chance. Probably a better chance than the Bucs do because the New Orleans Saints are so dominant, but there isn't one real dominant team. You know, you got the Packers have a dominant offense. The Bears have a dominant defense. The Vikings have a dominant all-around team. What did the Lions have? We don't know. Maybe a little bit lower on the offense than the Packers. Not as good of a defense as the Bears, but maybe Hawkinson and Kerryon Johnson and Golladay and that triple threat, one pride, could be the difference. And maybe we see Stafford play like a number one pick like he was from Georgia. It could happen. Detroit Lions at number 2, the hardest division to predict, the NFC North. All right? And the other division that's hard to pick, and this is the number 1 chance to win the division from worst to first. Will it happen? Possibly. But we have to have things go right. This player, depending on what happens in his career moving forward, could have a movie named after him. He had an incredible season with the Philadelphia Eagles. They felt like their quarterback, Carson Wentz, is okay moving forward, and I agree. This player found a way with Philly to take a team that Carson Wentz led to the Super Bowl 2 years ago and to find a way to represent Philadelphia to get it done. I love this player, the journeyman himself that almost gave up on football and the NFL. I'm talking about fucking Nick Foles, Slick Nick, and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Another division that is hard to predict even for experts and anyone that is a hardcore football fan. Who will win the division? My gut instantly says the Colts because I like the depth that they have. Andrew Luck is a little banged up. I like Marlon Mack, Nyheim Hines. I like Paris Campbell from Ohio State, the burner at wide receiver. T.Y. Hilton, Ebron. They got Darius Leonard. Quentin Nelson up front to pancake the shit out of people. Malik Hooker on the back end. Great coaching by Reich. Great GM. They're building something special. Who else can division? Who else can be in the division that dominates? Who? Maybe the Houston Texans? Maybe they could be the team that does it? The O-line is garbage. It's not good, right? But Deshaun Watson and DeAndre Hopkins have a great connection. Will Fuller be able to find a connection as well? What are they going to do at running back? What about J.J. Watt in the defense? Is Jadeveon Clowney coming back? What are you going to get from them? Seems like a lot of experts think that they're going to go 11-5. I don't think so. They could maybe get second place in the division. Then who else do you have in the division? You got the Tennessee Titans, right? Marcus Mariota, make or break it just like Jameis. You might lose your job, bud, right? Have you capped out? Are you already the best of what we've seen when you won the Heisman at Oregon? Can you get any better? Do you need a change of scenery to go somewhere else? Is Ryan Tannehill the answer? We don't know. It's possible. But the Jacksonville Jaguars got things that make me think that they could go from worst to first, and they have the best chance. Number 1, Nick Foles is better than Blake Bortles. Number 2, you have Leonard Fournette. Yeldon is gone. Yeldon has moved on. He's on the Buffalo Bills. You don't have that same 1-2 punch anymore with those two players, but when Fournette is healthy, he's a top 10 running back. He can make things happen. The O-line is decent. You have an elite defense that underachieved. Jalen Ramsey is one of the best corners, period, in the NFL. You got Bouye, you got Calais Campbell, right? You got Miles Jack from UCLA. You know, you got Josh Allen, right? The linebacker DN that could play in multiple positions. You got a deep defense, right? There's wiggle room in the division. Any of the 4 teams could go 10-6, and no one would be surprised at the end of the day if Jags went 10-6-1. If Houston went 10-6-1, if the Titans overachieve and something magical happens with Mariota, right? Corey Davis and Henry, and the defense dominates, and Byard plays great at safety, the best safety in football, it could happen, right? Things could happen. The Colts could repeat and show people how great they really are and keep moving forward because I think the Colts have a chance to really build something special. To me, the deepest team in that division, and it's not even close, but it could be close this season, depending on if Andrew Luck can stay on the field or if he's going to be off the field. So number 1, Nick Foles, elite defense, Jalen Ramsey. This team could go from worst to first, the best chance. So let's recap. Number 8, Worst chance to go from worst to first, the Giants. Number 7, the Bengals. Number 6, the Raiders. Number 5, the Arizona Cardinals with Kyler Murray. He will show out. You better believe it. Number 4, the New York Football Jets. Jets, Jets. Number 3, the Buccaneers. It could happen. Number 2, Detroit Lions. One pride stand up. And number 1, the Jacksonville Jaguars in Saxonville. It could happen. So that's my list. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope I was entertaining enough for you guys. And I hope you guys are enjoying your Friday. NFL's back, baby. I got Texas A&M. I got Mike Evans on the screen. I got Johnny Football. I got Missouri. It's the third quarter. It's 3rd and 7. Texas A&M with Johnny and shotgun set. 21st ranked Texas A&M. Number 5, Missouri at 21. I'm excited because I haven't seen Johnny Football play on TV on this network in quite a while. Go, Johnny, go. Ooh, baby. This was me and Marcus, one of our most elite athletes in college. It's a shame that he did not pan out. So I'm going to go to the top, get back to all the comments that I obviously missed when you guys were firing off. Comment below who you think is going to go from worst to first out of the teams I mentioned, and I'll go through it. Sup? Hey, how's your day? Eagles first. Michael Pierpont right out the gate said Jags. Great minds think alike. Chances for what Most Wanted says Super Bowl? Playoffs? 1 seed? Orion, as I chose LSU for the face of the franchise, and man, Damon P. Aquadio, my guy. Fly Eagles, Fly. Shay says, I agree. I chose Texas Tech on Mahomes. How could you not? I'm playing your Ducks. We'll see how they do this season in the game. Jaguars first. Brian Chaffino says, Ravens, Fox rules. Shriek's playing Madden. Chiefs all day in the kingdom. Christy Rowe, she said, who dat gonna beat them Saints? Chowdhury going to college. He's just watching hockey. He doesn't even want to worry about NFL. But if Denver ends up overachieving, you might click on the TV. Christy says, we look damn good. You know who looks good? Jared Cook. You know who looks good? The defense. You know who looks good? Lattimore. I'm excited. Too Fast 49, 49ers, all day and all night. We look good. What is up, Orion Pax? He says, that is Optimus Prime's name, but nobody knows that except for me and you. Too Fast 49. I major in computer information systems, IT. Very commendable. I have a couple friends that are in IT as well. Hard job, but once you actually know everything that you need to be taught on, dude, you can have a job anywhere. Hey, maybe Northwest Sports Fanatics might need an IT consultant specialist. I'll be hitting you up, Chowdhury. I might need your help. How about Breezy, number 2? Niners, number 1. Ruben Rivera, I saw that you subscribed there a little while back. I appreciate you. The Ginas will have less wins than the 6-pit Jones was taken. I think he meant to say Giants, but he said Ginas to be a troll and clever. He said less wins than the 6-pick Jones was taken. So you're thinking the Giants are going to have 5 wins or less? And I think that's a very, accurate prediction. I see the Giants only winning somewhere between 3 to 5 games. Most, I mean, we're talking about most 6. And that's if Daniel Jones gets in by game 5 and then does pretty good the rest of the way. He's going to have some bad losses, right? But if you can beat some of the other teams and have some wiggle room, at this point, you're going to want to lose. So that way you have a good chance to move forward and get good positioning in the draft. It's going to be a long time, in my opinion, before the Giants get good again. And by the time the Giants get good again, they might have to let Saquon go because he might not want to stay there, unfortunately. He might go to his next team and dominate. But Ruben, I like the prediction. Ryan Schrick, the fact that Mahomes wasn't at least 2 in the top 100 is garbage. I agree. It's by the players, and it's biased. It's supposed to be based off last year's season when Mahomes had the second best quarterback season of all time. I love Patrick Mahomes, Ryan Schrick. I'm a Tampa Bay Buccaneer fan. I haven't seen a guy zip the ball like that since Dan Marino in his early 2-3 years with the Miami Dolphins. You know, Josh Allen for the Bills has got an arm, but as far as accuracy and the way to be a gamer, I mean, I love Mahomes so much, I would buy a Mahomes sewn jersey and just put it in my closet and just save it. So, because I know it's going to be a throwback down the road in Mitchell and Ness. That's how much I like Mahomes. I would rock a Mahomes jersey, even though I'm a Buccaneer fan, and it would be hard for me to rock a jersey of any team, of any player that's not a Buccaneer. But if I was going to do another one, a current player, how could you not with Patrick Mahomes? I think he's going to win the MVP again this season, and maybe Drew Brees will win the Super Bowl MVP. But I like where Mahomes is going, and with that team, Ryan Schrick, you guys are going to go to a Super Bowl. You guys are going to win a Super Bowl, but you also will probably go to a Super Bowl and you'll lose. But you'll have a couple opportunities to get it for Andy Reid, and you'll get it. But I just can't tell you when you're going to get it within the next 4 years, but you are going to be able to get one. I like Honey Badger. I like Frank Clark. I like Chris Jones. Who? Chris Jones, my favorite player on the defense. Chris Jones, he's going to make it happen. The team is going to dominate, and that's big facts. Brian Chaffino, Ravens first. Come on. Well, you didn't finish last in your division. Okay? So first we have to get that, in the ballot. The Bengals did. Remember? You actually had a pretty good season last year. You made the playoffs, all right? But I'm going to let you know right now, there is a chance, Brian, that, you may slide down to the third team in the division. I think right now, from what I feel, my gut, as long as there's no significant injuries going into the season, Pittsburgh Steelers are going to win the division, but I think the Cleveland Browns might even leapfrog you, and they might even have a chance for a wild card to make the playoffs as well at the second place, because I like Baker Mayfield. I trust him a little bit more than Lamar Jackson, and with a lot of key losses on the roster, it's going to be tough for me to really think that they can do it. And Ozzie Newsome's not in control. That was a big part of their success. You still have Harbaugh. You still can go to the playoffs. You could still go to the wild card and win 9 or 10 games. But with Cleveland being better and Pittsburgh, I don't think they're really going to miss a step with no AB and Le'Veon, with James the Terminator Kana and Juju on the beat. Hey, Juju's going to dominate. So I'm excited to see what they're going to do. And don't sleep on Devin Bush. He is going to make a name for himself. It's going to be Ryan Shazier again. You finally got your guy, and that's what I like. Let's go. Now, Chowdhury agreed. Chris Harris wasn't even on the goddamn list. That will make him mad to play his mind out. Number one, Chowdhury, how in a league where you have the most passing that you've ever seen, not one nickel corner? You're telling me out of the top 100, you don't have one nickel corner or a third option corner or a corner like Chris Harris that could guard the ones or twos but just plays the nickel? Is ridiculous. Ridiculous. The list is crazy. When I saw that, I mean, no credibility. So much biasness when you watch Skip and Shannon, and you watch, The Herd with Colin Cowherd, ESPN. It seems like everyone has, some kind of underlining issue to be biased towards one team or another, whether they're getting paid to say it, or they just want to get ratings, or they want to argue. It's just a bunch of shit. Can't we just quit the shit for once and just, call it how you see it? And that's why we're the best here at Northwest Sports Fanatics. I'm going to educate you. I'm going to tell you how it is. No, extra cream on the crop. It's blatantly, this is how it is. Stop bullshitting with all these other networks. And that's why you guys are here, because you're going to get smarter and you're going to hear the truth, not some BS that these other guys are trying to fill your brain with. And a lot of it is on the airs right now on podcasts, radio, and ESPN. And that's big facts. When do the Raiders move? A couple years. They're getting the whole stadium situated. The Raiders will go to a wild card, right, within the first 3 years once they move to Las Vegas. I know a lot of people are wondering, well, will Phillip Rivers still be playing? Probably not at that point, right? What will Denver be? They might not have the quarterback that they need at that point, but they could. Will the Chiefs be still going strong at that point? Yes, but then they'll have wiggle room, the Raiders, to at least get second place in the division within the first 3 years to the move of Vegas. A lot of hype, a lot of money coming in. A lot of free agents will want to go there and play with Gruden and to bring the Raiders back to, relevance, to a team that actually is respectable. But it's going to take a couple years. Christy, not garbage. Let's see here. What does she say? What are you saying here, Christy? Not garbage. I'm quite happy with the list. Good. I'm glad you like it. Ryan Schrick. Breeze got sympathy votes. His season wasn't better than Patrick Mahomes. The only player that should have maybe been higher Mahomes is Aaron Donald. Like when I did the video and I redid the top 5, if you remember, it was, correct me if I'm wrong, number 6, Tom Brady. Number 5, Todd Gurley. Number 4, Patrick Mahomes. Number 3, Khalil Mack. Number 2, Drew Brees. Number 1, Aaron Donald. The only way that you have that list with the credibility, right, is you have Patrick Mahomes 1, Aaron Donald 2, or Aaron Donald 1 for the simple fact if you think that the sacks at the D tackle position was more amazing than 50 touchdowns, 12 picks, and 5,000 yards, that's the only way, because getting that sack mark of 20-plus sacks at D tackle is something we have never seen in a long time. Warren Sapp couldn't even get to that number. So you could debate that, but in my list, Patrick Mahomes 1, Aaron Donald 2, Khalil Mack 3, right? And then you could probably go Drew Brees 4, and then I would probably go Tom Brady 5, and then Gurley 6, or vice versa, especially since he won the Super Bowl. Old man, he can still get it done. I mean, a lot of people hate him, but you got to respect the length of the career. He's a gamer, Tom Brady. I mean, there has been some cheating and some scandals, 9 Super Bowls, 6 wins. I mean, a lot of people would love that. I personally am more of a Peyton Manning guy myself. I like Peyton more than Tom. I like Breeze more than Tom. There's a lot of guys I like more than Tom, but Tom actually, he's got some game. I see him, but there's always going to be an asterisk next to the Patriots name, and that's big facts. Not just by me, but every NFL fan that's not a Patriot. That is big facts. Let's see here. Chiefs. Well, the Chiefs are going to win the division. That's big facts. Matthew Sanchez. What to do, my guy? Good to see you. Where's my homies? Chowdhury. Quarterbacks are overrated, and Jerry Rice is the greatest football player of all time. I got the Jerry Rice autographed football here. That's not being sold. With my roommates that met Jerry in Vegas and got the autograph and were so nice to give me the ball. I got photographic evidence. I got the photo. I got the receipt. I got the ball in the case. Jerry Rice, amazing player. My probably favorite player that's not on the Buccaneers is Jerry Rice and Joe Montana, because obviously I grew up rooting for the Niners when I was a young kid. John Rabbits. What to do? Bills Mafia. Christy Rowe. Ryan, in your opinion, the players voted the list. I'll take their opinion over yours anyway. And like I said, it's not like a lot of people are trying to discredit what Breeze did in the season. It's just that what Patrick Mahomes did and what Aaron Donald did was bigger than what Drew Brees did. Did Drew Brees have a great season? Yes. But if you look at how Khalil Mack, Aaron Donald, and Patrick Mahomes played throughout the whole season, a little bit more consistent than Drew Brees. Once Drew Brees played the Cowboys, he kind of went downhill a little bit, from the interceptions to the touchdowns, right? But he still had an amazing year. That's big facts. And he's still one of my favorite players of all time. Very well respected. So well respected that he got number 2 on the list when he probably didn't deserve to be number 2, because he's a likable guy. Drew freaking Brees, okay? And that's big facts. Omer, man, are you kidding me, Omer? You are the man. I hope you love the show. Omer, did you get to see my top 8, worst to first, $18 donation? Omer, music. God, you guys just give me so much love. I mean, just to donate $1, right? That's one thing. And then to donate $2, $5, $10, right? I mean, $15, $18? Omer, thank you so much. I saw you last year. I know you respect the hell out of me. I respect the hell out of you and every single person in here. And when you guys do this, it really touches me. Ever since my dad had the stroke, ever since my mom went missing last year, she came back, but she was gone for about 6 months. It's been kind of a rough road, but if you ever see me do videos, you would never know I'm going through anything. And when you guys can come in the chat, watch me and Marcus, give us the support, do the amazing, great things out of the kindness of your heart, like donate $18 when I'm doing a list from worst to first and just vibing with you guys. You guys are the best. Omer, thank you so much. Thank you so much, man. I don't know what to say. You just got me almost at a loss for words. Thank you. Let's see here. What up, fam? Roy Corkill. Chowdhury, that's BS. Orion knows what he's talking about, and that is not bias. I do. I feel I'm the biggest free agent right now on YouTube. Right? If, Fox Sports, you need someone on your team to get your ratings, I'm here. ESPN, you could call. I wouldn't take the call. I wouldn't work for your network. There's plenty of others. Vice Channel, I would work for you. You know what I mean? But I feel there's so many channels and podcasts that are just a bunch of BS. Good Morning Football, hey, Orion and Kay Adams, we could dominate the ratings. Joe Rogan and Orion, we could dominate the ratings. Joe Rogan is the best podcaster, period, right now on the airwaves. And the reason that it is, it's not just because, a Fear Factor and UFC. It's when he talks, he says the truth. It's no BS. He's real. He's not fake. He's not biased. And I feel I'm the sports version of that. Me and Marcus have something special here, and we are the Northwest Sports Fanatics. If you want to get educated and you want to know the truth, and obviously at the end of the day learn something new, right? But then not have this anger and this hate and these hot takes that are fake. Who wants to watch Skip Bayless? I love Shannon. Skip Bayless is trash, right? Stephen A., you can respect him, but a lot of times I feel it's a hot take to get ratings. It's like Jersey Shore. You just want to get a rise out of people. Producers tell you to say stupid shit like, hey, Skip, say the Cowboys are going to win the Super Bowl, and just keep going on and on with it. And then Shannon will be the guy that's reasonable and tell him that he's crazy, right? Smoke the cigar, right? And drink the Hennessy. It's just kind of crazy to me on how much garbage podcasting, garbage airwaves, garbage television programs there are for sports talk, right? And you guys come here and you guys give me all the love. I appreciate it. You guys are the freaking best, and that's big facts. Who Dat Nation, baby? He said Murray might blow up. I can see big plays. No, it's not if Kyler Murray is going to blow up. It is when he's going to blow up. He is that damn good, and that is big, big facts. Omer, are you kidding me? Bro, an $18 donation and then a $62 donation. Are you for real? Bro, you are something else, bro. And like I said, I'm passionate, right? The most passionate, hardworking YouTuber, period. If you want sports talk, you're getting it right here. If I ever get a point where people try to sign me, I am never going to change. I'm always going to be the same. I'm not going to, give in to the network telling me to say this or say that. It's not going to happen. Omer, $18 donation. Omer, $62 donation. If you add that up, what does that add up to? 8 and the 2, and then you carry the 1. $80. 80. That's love, bro. Thank you so much. People in the room are just shit themselves. They're like, Omer, you either are balling or you just love the shit out of me and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. I love you, man. That's from the bottom of my heart, dude. Thank you. Thank you so much for the donation. I'm going to give it all I got. When we go on the weekends here, you got other channels. You guys come here. I appreciate that. If I got to do 3 games on Saturday for college football, 3 games on Sunday, 9 hours each day straight, and do Monday Night Football if it kills me, 21 hours of play-by-play and reactions, nobody is going to do it like me. I'm going to give you guys my all. You're going to get the play-by-play. You're going to get stats that you've never heard of. And you're going to get guys like Omer that show the love and give an $80 donation out of 2 donations. You are the fucking man, Omer. Thank you so much. You just scared everybody in the room. I love you, man. Thank you so much. Too Fast, 49, Niners. And then Christy Rowe, of course, Saints, Drew freaking Breeze. Damn straight, Roy. You are the man. Chowdhury, clear Homer telling Orion that his opinion doesn't matter when he's being objective. Let him know, Chowdhury. I keep it real. I'm the realest guy on YouTube. I'm the realest guy on the airwaves. I'm the realest guy that's going to be on TV, but I'm never going to change. I like being here on YouTube. I want to be on YouTube. And it's not to be famous, right? That's not the purpose of this, right? The purpose is to leave a legacy, right? To tell people to stop hating, right? Start loving a little more. Give credit where credit's due. If you have a rival and you hate the team, it's okay. If you're an Eagle fan and you hate the Cowboys, you should. But you can't tell me that Zeke Elliott isn't a good player. He's a great player. And so once people start realizing that, right, that you have players, because the thing is when you have all this hate, right, I hate Zeke Elliott. I'm an Eagles fan, for example. I hate him. And then what happens 6 years from now? The Philadelphia Eagles sign free agent Ezekiel Elliott. Then what do? Oh, I love Zeke. I've loved him the whole time. Let's go get his jersey. You never, ever know when a player that you supposedly hate from the team that you hate will join your roster. And that's the number one reason you don't want to put so much hate in your heart, because you never know what your team might do 5, 6, 7 years down the road. The impossible that could happen. Hellord 247, $5 donation. Just got in here. You got the Nolan Saints. Bromance. Well, I'm going from worst to first, but with another great donation like that, you guys are the best. I'm almost going to redo the list and get you my 8-1, but these donations are so crazy, I don't know what to do with myself. You guys are the best. John Roberts, go Bills. Argo, Chiefs. And I don't know if you guys notice, I go all the way to the top. I don't just skip anybody. I shout everybody out. And I think that's a big reason why you guys donate, because I vibe with you guys. I don't skip anybody. Everyone's comment is important to me. I don't care if you're 5 years old and you're trolling, or if you're 90 years old and you're not. That means everything to me. You know what I mean? Because I respect everyone. Loyalty, honesty, respect. If you got those three and you're in football, you got a lifer in me forever. And that's big facts. Ryan Schrick, there's a level of being a homer for your team that is even ridiculous. That is true. Any person who watched the season knows Mahomes had a better season than Breeze. Very true. Big facts. Stamp that. No one expected 50 touchdowns. No one expected 5,000 yards. And I'll tell you this, Patrick Mahomes is so good, right? The team is so well coached by Andy Reid. I think his stats are going to be better than last year. No one is saying that. You can hot take that and say, oh, he's going to slide and he's only going to throw 30 and he's going to throw 15 picks or 20. He's going to come back to earth. You know, his arm isn't that good. All the people doing the hot takes on Fox Sports and ESPN will try to rile up the ratings to get people angry and to show, hey, no, that's not true, and get on their keyboards to be keyboard warriors or to say how they feel. Bottom line, the defense has gotten better, right? Andy Reid knows what he's doing. You got McCole Hardman. You got plenty of weapons. You got the best tight end in football in Travis Kelce. You got Damian Williams. He's going to dominate. Sammy Shaboing Boing Watkins. You got plenty of pieces, right? Tyreek the Freak Hill. You got DeAnthony Thomas. No one even talks about him, right, from Oregon. You got plenty of guys on the defense. The defense is better. I could see Patrick Mahomes throwing for like 51, 52 touchdowns, maybe as many as 55, right? If everything goes right, he has to obviously play all the games and not get hurt at all, right? And the offensive line has to dominate, right? Defense has to play better than last year, which they will. And it's possible that he throws for more yardage. It sounds crazy, but have we ever seen anyone like Patrick Mahomes? We haven't. It's something that it's different. The zip on the ball, I've never seen zip on the ball like that. I've seen Dan Marino. I started watching football in 85, okay? That shows my age. Dan Marino, zip. Brett Favre in his prime, zip. Josh Allen on the Bills, zip. And he can throw it deep, but not like Patrick Mahomes. Bottom line, not like Patrick fucking Mahomes. Omer is just balling right now. Are you serious, Omer? Omer is their $18 donation, $62 donation, $5 donation. Omer is like, you know what? Orion, he speaks the truth. He's worth the money. Big facts. $101 donation? Bro, do I need to come to your house and give you a hug? Do we need to hang out? Do we have a bromance starting? Do we need to go watch games together? This is the most love that I've ever been shown by one single person. There's people in here that donate frequently, right? And regardless if you have money to blow or you think that I'm worth it, regardless of what the case is, if you're rich, you're poor, you're middle class, lower class, the fact to even donate $1 to any YouTube channel, whether it's a gaming channel like Ninja, switching platforms yesterday, to someone like me, you are incredible, bro. I'm just at loss for words. Again, you just scared everybody in the room with your kindness. And I have nothing else to say besides the bottom of my heart. I thank you. I love you, man. My dedication to this game and my dedication to you guys as Northwest Sports Fanatics, all the effort that you're going to see is because of things like this. You don't think other people get, donations like this? You know what I mean? This is special. You know what I mean? Way to touch my heart, man. It's one thing for my dad to have a stroke and then my mom to go missing, but you guys would never have known it. And then you get people like Omer that, with these donations. I mean, I don't even know what to do. You just made my whole year, and we have just got into the first game in the preseason. Thank you so much, Omer. If I get enough money, you know what I mean, to the point where I can live comfortably and I don't have to work my full-time job, right, and then do this on top of that and show my grind, if I can meet up with you sometime, we will, brother. We'll watch football together. I don't care if you're in the United States. I don't care if you're in Italy. I don't care if you're overseas. We'll make it happen, because if you're a friend of mine, you're a lifer. You know what I mean? And what a way to show your love, to do things like that, dude. Thank you. Thank you so much. Incredible. You just insane, dude. Thank you so much. Matthew Sanchez, I really hope so we have new blood soon. I want a new team at the top to beat the Patriots. Everyone does. And I'm telling you right now, Matthew Sanchez, the Bills and the Jets legitimately have a shot to get 10 wins this season, but they're not going to beat the Patriots unless something happens to Tom Brady. And that's big facts. But we're getting there. We're getting there. But the sad thing is, once Brady retires, all right, can you imagine when that is? Because I can't. I don't know when the hell he's going to leave, or Belichick. Belichick leaves. They supposedly do a fair coaching shot. They interview white coaches, black coaches. They interview all these pieces to try to play by the rules. But the bottom line, Josh McDaniels, the OC, is the new head coach after Belichick leaves. He'll probably get someone like Kingsbury. He'll get fired from the Cardinals, and Kingsbury will be the OC. And then you'll have McDaniels and Kingsbury, and all hell will break loose. And then they'll have somebody at quarterback that'll be solid, and they'll still be dominating the division. Probably going to happen. If it ends up happening that exact way, you go back and watch this. Time travel, maybe I have ESP, maybe I don't. It could happen. It's big facts. Let's see here. Breeze had a better season than Mahomes. Wrongo. Exactly. Mahomes had the better season. But Breeze is one of the most likable guys. And up to the point of the Cowboys game, he had one of the best seasons that we've seen. At that point, he only had, I think, 2 picks. You know what I mean? Great season for a vet that was 39 fucking years old. 39. We are seeing older players at an age do big things like Brady and Breeze that is unheard of. It's just crazy. Hell Lord, 247 with another $5 donation. Much appreciated. You guys are amazing. I love you guys with bottom of my heart. I'm going to show you guys the most utmost passion, knowledge, and grind that you've ever seen out of anybody on YouTube. That's big facts. It's going to be a long season. You're going to see me doing so many reaction videos with Marcus, without, that you're going to think I'm a fucking robot, because I'm going to be so passionate. And the games that I do, and if you've watched our videos, the way I sound from the beginning of the season to the end, every video is going to have that high energy. You're never going to get a lackadaisical lazy Orion, and that's big facts. A homer? She says, get out of here. Steelers are falling off, Chowdhury says. He's a Bronco guy. He doesn't want to watch football because he's focused on school. Big ups, right? He likes hockey. He likes the Avalanche. He said, my Broncos are back on the rise. I can see the Jets and the Ravens also doing some damage. Agreed. But guess what? The Steelers are not falling off. They are not. They have the best chance to be a good position at the top. Will the Browns be able to overtake them? I don't know. But Mike Tomlin, even though sometimes he falls on deaf ears, right? Big Ben is a kind of, I don't want to say a baby, right? A little bit of drama with him and the ownership. But they have enough pieces. They have an amazing O-line. That is key. You have a great running back in James the Terminator Kana. You got a Juju Smith-Schuster, who's the best young up-and-coming wide receiver, not named MT13 Michael Thomas. He is going to be a superstar if he's not already in that category just yet. He's getting there. Juju Smith-Schuster is amazing. They won't miss AB as much as you think. The defense was the weakness of the Steelers. But then you get a guy in the draft, right? Named who? Devin Bush. Okay? When you get a guy like that, he's going to make a difference. Watch Michigan YouTube highlights and then come back to me and think that guy isn't going to be a Ryan Shazier replacement. He's going to make a difference. They have a nice team. They're not going to scale back that far. And if they do, They're only going to lose the division by a game, and if Cleveland overachieves and wins it with 11 wins or 10, Steelers will be right there at 9 or 10. And that's big facts. That's what I truly feel. Based on all the games, all the training camps, all the articles that I read for every single team. When there's 65 preseason games, how many do you think I watch? I'm going to watch every one. Do you think anybody else on YouTube is going to watch that? They're not. That's why me and Marcus have the knowledge and we grind. You know what I mean? Because we're not going to leave anybody out. You got to look for those Kenny Galladays, because that guy could be the difference between getting the playoffs and not for the Lions. I saw him in training camp years ago. I saw him in preseason running around, and I knew that he was something special, and he blossomed. You got to look in training camp and preseason for those gems, because you'll be able to find them. Chowdhury, Mahomes was the best QB this season. I'm a Broncos fan who loathes the Chiefs. I rooted for them in the AFC Championship because of those damn Cheatriots. He said, Patriots. Yeah, I think everyone was rooting for him. The real Super Bowl, what it should have been. The sports gods punished the Rams for that cheap non-pass interference call, right? Todd Gurley was injured. They didn't deserve to win the Super Bowl. And if they would have won the Super Bowl, it wouldn't have been necessarily tainted, but it wouldn't have felt right. It would have been almost like when the Patriots won those first 3-by-3. How much cheating happened? Probably a fucking lot. It's third down and goal, right? The Patriots are trying to hold from the team to go into the end zone, for example, right? They need the key play coming in on the radio headset from the OC to the quarterback that the Patriots are trying to defend, right? The play's coming in, and then all of a sudden, it gets cued over to Boston radio. Coincidence? I fucking think not. They have ways to make it easier for them to pull strings and cheat. But the bottom line also, remember this, every team in the NFL does one thing. They cheat. It just depends on who gets caught, who's a repeat offender, and who has an asterisk at the end of the day. Tom Brady, you could say, is the best quarterback of all time. Belichick, the best coach. But real fans, us, the sports fanatics, will never, ever, ever give the full credit if they didn't cheat, like from a guy like me, like Joe Montana, 4 Super Bowls, 4 wins, no cheating, no PEDs, no Spygates, none of that shit. That makes a difference on how you play the game. Did the 49ers cheat back then? It's possible, but they didn't get caught. And the Patriots have gotten caught multiple times. So the asterisk is not just one. They probably got 3, and that's big facts. John Roberts, Le'Veon Bell has 3 top 10 defenses in the division now. Big facts. Everyone is sleeping on the Bills. John Roberts, your Bills Mafia. Everyone is sleeping on the Jets. Everyone is sleeping on Le'Veon Bell. What the hell is everyone sleeping on? Wake the hell up. Be as the millennials is saying, be woke. Are you woke yet? Open your eyes. Le'Veon Bell can win the rushing title. The Bills could end up getting a wild card this season. Ed Oliver is the truth, right? The player that's going to take the biggest steps from last year to this year, right, is who? The Buffalo Bills quarterback, Josh Allen. He's going to make strides. He's got the strongest arm in the NFL. Patrick Mahomes is up there too, but Josh Allen, he's got a cannon. Mahomes might be able to throw it the fastest, right? But Josh Allen can throw it the farthest, even if Mahomes can throw it out of the stadium, because I bet you Josh Allen can do that as well. Chowdhury, at least I give credit where credit is due. You do, and a lot of people don't. And that's big facts. Hellord with another donation, another $5. You guys with the donations, you guys are, man. When I go out here, and you know what the best part about my day is I'm planning the show, and when I'm at work doing my full-time job, grinding from 5 in the morning until 2, this is the best part of my day. And when you guys show love like this and you donate like this, I don't have to have 500 people in the room. I don't have to have, 10,000 in the room. You know what I mean? I'd rather have who wants to be in the room, so I can go through and talk to every single one, and go over each question and not skip anybody. That's important to me. You know what I mean? I don't want to leave anybody out. And with the love that you guys are showing, I mean, you make me speechless. I love you guys. Right now, it shows 12 people in the chat, right? But some people might have 10,000, but nobody donates. Maybe they don't show love or think the person is good enough, worthy of a donation. Look at the donations in the room. Look at the love that's shown. Look at the sport fanatics in the room. I recognize almost all the names that are in here. These are the people that I want to talk with. You guys are the fanatics. You guys are like me. You guys understand. Best part of my day. Talking to John Roberts, Bills Mafia, right? Sends me tweets with Bills information, the secret stuff, right? Only Bills Mafia, right, fan base knows. Slides that to my DM, right? Orion, take a look at this. Other people, no, whatever. Me, I'm all over it. Every article, every picture, every video. I love it. Period. Follow me on Twitter if you haven't, if you have one. Love to see your guys' content from your team. Looking forward to the shit show of the drama that might happen in the Raiders roster. The thing is that everyone is sleeping on them too. You know, obviously Raiders and Broncos. I know you're a Bronco guy, Chowdhury. You don't get along, right? But when we watch Hard Knocks, I think you're going to be surprised. There's some personalities. You know, Richie Incognito's a little crazy, right? John Gruden has got a little crazy in him, right? AB coming there, he's going to make a difference, but Carr may not be the guy moving forward. And that's big facts. Yeah, I heard there was a rumor that he bought a house in Vegas next to Gruden. I'm not sure if that's true or not, but to take the next step, Carr might not be the guy. To me, Carr's not a top 10 quarterback in the league. He's somewhere between 11 and 20, so you might need to get someone better to compete in that division when you got Joe Flacco for now, temporary Band-Aid. Could be Drew Lock or somebody better in the future for the Broncos. Phillip Rivers, as long as he keeps having kids, who knows how long he'll play. And Patrick, the clone Mahomes. It's going to be tough. So you're going to have to be able to get the most out of your guys. Brown might blow up if they don't fight with themselves. Argo. If you're talking about AB, I love AB. Top 3 wide receiver in the league. For many years, the number 1 receiver in the league. Supposedly fell off when Juju came around. Led the league with 15 touchdowns. That doesn't sound like he fell off to me one bit. Big Ben is better than Carr. That's big facts. But AB and social media and his training and his hard work will pay off. He'll get double-digit touchdowns. And if he got close to 15 with Carr, I wouldn't be shocked because he's worked harder than any other receiver that I've seen in this offseason. And when you work hard behind the scenes, right, like the Northwest Sports Fanatics or someone like AB, results show. People show love. They can see it. They see the passion and the energy and the work that's being done. You work behind the scenes to be able to show what you can do in front of the scenes and the people that you're in front of. Ryan Schrick, right? Chiefs, Kingdom. I mean, I'm a homer. If you're a fan, then you're probably a homer, unless you're a realist, which I am. But if you think Brees' season was better than Mahomes, then yes, you are a homer. I mean, anybody other than a Saints fan, if they say Drew Brees or if they're a super Drew Brees fanatic, right? Mahomes' season was better. It's unfortunate that people have to not give credit where credit's due. Aaron Donald and Patrick Mahomes single-handedly had 2 of the best seasons that we have ever seen in NFL, not only last year, history. And people aren't giving him really the credit where it's due. It's crazy to me. Especially with Mahomes. People are giving Aaron Donald more credit than Mahomes. And on top of that, you didn't put him in the top 100 at number 1 with Mahomes, right? How the hell was Mahomes not a 99 cover boy on Madden? You're telling me even though he's the highest rated QB, right, at 97, right? What did he have to do to be a 99 in the game? He had to throw for 6,000 fucking yards and 60 touchdowns, and then that's good enough? Come on, Madden. Come on, NFL fans. It's crazy. Get it right. It's just insane to me. Disrespectful. But you know what that's going to do? That's going to make Andy Reid hungrier, right? It's going to make the Chiefs hungrier. It's going to make teams like the Eagles fly. Carson Wentz, you can't stay healthy. Oh, Peterson, you're not that good of a coach. We'll see. I like the Eagles. I like the Saints. I can see those 2 teams making the NFC Championship game. Stop saying what everyone else is saying. Make your own opinion. Watch the tape. Look at practice. Watch training camp. Read the articles. Don't be biased. Then make an educated decision. Could Carson Wentz get injured? Of course. But I don't think it'll happen this year. Patrick Mahomes can win the MVP back-to-back like Peyton Manning. Think it can happen? I almost am leaning towards I know it's going to happen. It's going to have a great year. Chowdhury, I love Brees, but Mahomes was better. Argo, Kareem Hunt, OBJ, Landry. Yeah, but the thing is, Argo, you know who's better than Kareem Hunt? Nick Chubb. Nick Chubb is better. Nick Chubb is going to be the breakout running back in fantasy, and he's going to have a great season. He can rip off long runs. He doesn't get in trouble off the field, right? And it's also going to help a guy not named Landry or OBJ. How about Njoku? How about Baker Mayfield getting some rapport with his tight end so he can hit that damn jug machine and start catching balls? It's going to help a lot of people. The Browns are sexy on paper, but if you watch Baker Mayfield, he's better than people are giving him credit for. You know what I mean? Yeah, Mahomes deserves all the credit, but I think Baker Mayfield and Kyler Murray are going to show people this upcoming season how great they are. The NFL is in good hands with the young talent that we have at quarterback. I watch a lot of tape, trust me, and it takes a lot for me to say I like a quarterback. Russell Wilson, I love him, right? There's certain guys. Drew Brees, I love him. Carson Wentz, I love him. You have to have certain intangibles for me to love you. Patrick Mahomes, amazing. Brilliant. Spectacular. You're never going to see probably another one of him again. It's fun to watch, even if I'm a Bucs fan. John Roberts. Mahomes was new and exciting. Breeze was steady and consistent. But who was more consistent? Mahomes was throughout the whole season. No slowdown. No horrible games, right? He pretty much was pretty solid all the way through. I mean, there's a couple games that he struggled a little, but it was given, first-year starter. But Breeze, after going 20-plus touchdowns and 2 picks and then playing Dallas, an elite defense, hitting the wall, and then throwing more picks, in those last 6 games than he did in the first 10, it definitely hindered their chance, to be able to make that deep run. And then they overcame that and then had the bad non-pass interference call. It should have been the New Orleans Saints and the Kansas City Chiefs in the Super Bowl last year. That's what the matchup we wanted to all see, right? We didn't want to see Rams and the New England Patriots. Maybe the Rams, but anybody but New England. And no Todd Gurley? How is that good for ratings? I don't want to say it's rigged and then you just have certain teams, but if you had New Orleans Saints, Kansas City Chiefs, that's high ratings. You get all the people that love Drew Brees and want him to win. And then you get the guys that want Andy Reid to win. Former Eagle guys, right? Eagle fans. People that love Andy Reid and in Chiefs Kingdom, right? Get over the hump. People say you can't do it. You can't do it. You can't do it. Bullshit. He can do it. He will do it. And he's going to win a Super Bowl before his career is over with Patrick Mahomes. And that's big facts. It's going to happen. Christy Rowe, plain and simple, LOL. Yeah, the Browns are going to be scary. I agree. There's 2 kinds of people that are out there right now in sports media and fans, right? Number 1, you get the guys that are like, oh, the Browns are shit. Yeah, they're sexy on paper. They're trash. They're trash, right? The guys that don't watch Baker and they don't watch the chemistry with Odell, right? They don't know what they're talking about. The only thing you need to worry about with the Cleveland Browns is, number 1, Kitchens, the head coach, and how they respond to him on a 2 to 3 game losing streak. Can they come back? And the defense. Everything else is going to be fine, right? Besides the head coach, right? There's going to be issues there throughout the season, and the defense. Now, if they can overcome those 2 things, they can end up 10-6, 11-5, and possibly winning the division, but more than likely getting second and getting in with a wild card. Big facts. Chowdhury, Browns, scary. Christy Rowe said, okay, Dad. Six Ink, thank you. I like Mahomes. Nothing but respect for him. Mahomes, baby, tell it. Chowdhury, you never get any respect in sports until you win a championship. Shaking my damn head at you homers. Dolphins. Mahomes had 18 more touchdowns and 1,000+ more yards than Breeze. And then if you remember, I believe Andrew Luck had the second most touchdowns last year. So he even had more than Breeze as well. So nothing against Breeze. I love him. You know what I mean? But in that list, he shouldn't have been number 2. We all know it should have been Patrick Mahomes, Aaron Donald, 1, 2. And to me, at 3, 4, and 5, you can debate. But what Khalil Mack did and what he can do as far as dominance, I think Von Miller is a guy that gets kind of slept on also. But for Khalil Mack, sacks, fumble recoveries, interceptions, tackles for loss, passes defensed. Khalil Mack's a guy that can do all of those things, even a safety, all the stats in one game. There's not many guys that can do that. Even Aaron Donald, I don't think, wouldn't be able to do all of the statistics. It would take a guy like Von Miller or Khalil Mack to do something like that. Amazing talents that we have in the NFL now. John Roberts, hey, Orion. At least the Bucks have the coolest logo. One of. The Raiders logo is pretty cool. I like a lot of the logos out there. You know what I mean? But to be honest, John, I kind of wish that they would go back to the creamsicles, right, with the pirate with his knife in his mouth. I got a Doug Williams that I'll probably wear tomorrow in the podcast, the stream here live. A lot of people don't like them. I love them. You know what I mean? It reminds me of Tennessee Volunteer football with Peyton Manning. You know, that color, that creamsicle. They had a lot of rough years. Steve Spurrier at quarterback. You lost your first 26 games of your franchise existence, right? You hadn't had a lot of guys. Leroy Selman, Ricky Bell. You know, you had some guys, Hardy Nickerson, and then you finally got good, Vinny Testaverde. Then you started to transition, right? And then got Warren Sapp and Derek Brooks. It's been a long journey for me, you know? But I kind of like the old creamsicles. Even the old ones they wore, you know, in 02 Bucks. The old red, the pewters. I like those. The new ones are okay. I like the white better than the red, but the helmet is pretty sick, you know, but I need some wins, John Roberts. Bills Mafia. I need to feel what it's like to be a winner besides when I'm in this room with y'all donating insane amount of money for the big hot takes and the passion and the content and the love. I need to be a winner on the football field with my team. Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But one thing is when you guys watch Tampa Bay football, and then one day when I make the playoffs, right? One day when they get the wild card, you'll be remembering me. You'll remember this face. You'll remember the joy you see in this face once they end up winning that division. May not be this year, but I'm ready, man. Mariner fan. Horrible, horrible team. Blazers. Overachieved this year, but a lot of heartache making the West Finals. Oregon Ducks, my favorite team, with the Joey Harrington jersey on, right? Heartache going to the championship, losing to Auburn and Cam Newton and Ohio State. But Tampa Bay, you had a run about 5 years. 95 to 02 was the best years, but 99, 2002, 3-ish, you had the squad, 2 NFC championship games, 1 Super Bowl appearance, 1 win, and I knew at that point that might be the only one I ever get, and I cherished every moment of it. Loved it. Christy Rowe. Ryan, Ravens top 5. WTD, MRD. The Ravens are not top 5. Are we talking top 5 in the league? Because they're not. But I do like some parts of their team, and I think Earl Thomas III will have a great season. Chowdhury to Sixing, you're welcome. Argo, Cam is done. I disagree. I'm not saying he's done forever. He's going to have to prove it. But if you've watched Camp Argo, right? I believe you're a Chiefs fan. Argo, you may be a fan of a different team, but Cam is not done. Watch Curtis Samuel, watch DJ Moore. They're going to impress a lot of people in fantasy this year and Panther fans. And watch out for sleeper Brian Burns from Florida State. This guy is a gamer. He's going to be one of those guys. You know his name at the end of the day. Brian freaking Burns. You got Kuechly and Burns now. Thomas Davis isn't there. He's looking for a sidekick, a Batman to his Robin, okay? Brian Burns is it. He's the one. Christy, those are facts and stats, Schritt tells her. I like the Ravens running game. Ravens running game with Mark Ingram, right? They got some pieces, but there's a lot of running games that are better. James Conner is better. Nick Chubb is better. Joe Mixon on even Cincinnati, better. Sleeper, probably the 6th running back pick in fantasy. Mixon, gonna sleep on him? I wouldn't do it. The Panthers were doing great, Chowdhury says, until Newton got injured. Why do you think Run CMC's stats got so big? You know? It happened for a reason. Happened for a reason. I will disagree that Cam is not done yet. Matthew Sanchez, backing his quarterback. You know, one thing that you can say about Cam Newton, whether you love him or you hate him, the one thing I love about him is that even though, you know, the dabbing and the dancing, right? And people don't sometimes like, you know, his hats and the way he dresses, and they like to judge him. He's one of the most caring guys, even though it doesn't seem like it, on and off the field. When he scores a touchdown and he gives that ball away, right? How many guys do that in the NFL? Imagine being a kid, right? Like when there was like the hurricane, you know, in that area, and they went to Atlanta and their home got blown away. And then that family brought their kid on his birthday on that ESPN special, and he got that ball. What do you think that meant to him? That gave him hope. to not give up, right? Cam gives people hope. You know what I mean? And you get a great souvenir. Who else is giving souvenirs out? Cam Newton seems like the guy that would be the least likely to give away a souvenir, right? He'd be dabbing, right? Keeping the football for himself. But does he? No. You know what I mean? People like to judge, but you really need to not judge the book by its cover. That's one thing I love about Cam Newton. You know what I mean? He knows what it's going to mean to that kid, right? With that ball. He's got a fan for life. But like with me, when I got the foul ball at the Dodger game, right? Kiki Hernandez, when going with my dad to the game, longtime Dodger fan, right? And getting that ball, that was one of the best days of my life. And I got to spend it with my dad. And there's people that go to hundreds of MLB games and never get a ball. Not only did I get a ball, I got on TV, and it's still on my DVR. Love it. You know, that special moment in sports, you'll remember that shit forever. Cam Newton creates memories and gives people hope. And I really think that his career isn't over. They'll still be in the running. And you got guys like Run CMC, right? And Luke Kuechly, two of the best in football. First ballot Hall of Famers if they stay healthy. And that's big facts. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't. That's one of my favorite lines. John Roberts, Bills D-line is chopping faces. They're scary good. He said they're good like Jason in Halloween. Any of those crazy guys, they're going to be good. I'm excited to see them. Christy, God, you boys are too easy. Get your panties out of your ass, crack ladies. Christy with the smack talk. OMG, stats are a fact. Chowdhury, can women handle facts and logic? Christy can. I got Jessica in Alaska. She can. She's one of the smartest football sport fanatics that's out there. You know, just because a woman's a woman doesn't mean she don't know football, especially if she grew up with her dad and her dad was someone like me. You better believe if I had a daughter, she'd be hella smart and she would be able to handle the boys, especially with the NFL. And that's big facts. And then Chowdhury says, it's a joke. Don't take it seriously. But seriously, Christy, you're being Skip Bayless levels of Homer. Six Inc. Watching Bills destroy Pats twice would be a dream come true. But you know what's going to happen? Let's think of this. Correct me if I'm wrong, John Roberts. The Buffalo Bills play the Dallas Cowboys on Thanksgiving. True or false? And if they do, and they beat the Cowboys in Dallas, everyone will be woke, as the millennials will say. They'd be woke because guess what? That would mean the Buffalo Bills are coming. And it's not going to be a long time from now. They're on the doorstep, and that's big facts. Cam hasn't done in years. Yeah, he took a team 15-1 record to the Super Bowl and if they didn't have Peyton Manning, if they didn't have Von Miller, if they didn't have elite talent, Panthers would have won that Super Bowl. But with Peyton Manning and Von Miller, it's hard to match up to those guys. Peyton Manning arguably is the best quarterback in NFL history. Yeah, I said it. 2 Super Bowls, 2 different teams. Who could do that? Could Tom Brady do that at this point of his career? Peyton Manning is something else. He always gets overlooked. The general on the football field. The smartest quarterback arguably we've ever seen. And another thing, if he ever gets a job on TV, he's going to be just as good as Tom Brady would be. No, he's going to be just as good as Tony freaking Romo, my favorite on TV. That's big facts. Peyton Manning is amazing. Tony Romo is great too. Not like Jason Witten, who's horrible and never should get on the mic. Period. He shouldn't even hold a mic. If he holds a mic, it's going to break, just like the trophy he tried to hand out at the Pro Bowl. Don't give him anything. Microphones or footballs. He's a liability. Jason Witten. Come on, guy. Retire already. Christy seems like, I ain't convincing you, Homer. Ryan Strick. Just got back. Panthers Fan Fest. Caught a big-ass shirt and dapped up Cam. He like 6'7". Javon, you did. Congratulations, my guy. That's awesome. See, the thing is you're making memories. And I'm going to help you with fantasy because I know you need it. Did you take a look, Javon? Did you see? Did you see all the love with all the donations? It's crazy. It's a crazy day in Northwest Sports Fanatics world here, and I'm sharing it with y'all. Javon, I'm going to go over the list for you as soon as I get caught up in the comments, so you can go over the list, and I'm going to make sure that everyone that's in here now that gets it. Congratulations. Big-ass shirt, dapped-up cam. Your weekend's complete. Your year is complete. You're off the carpet. You're off the bed. You're on the keyboard now. You're living your best life, Javon. That's awesome. Chowdhury, except all Buffalo sports team are very mediocre. Not happening as much as I would like to see it. I disagree. Look at the roster, Chowdhury. Bottom line, besides Von Miller, right? Bradley Chubb and Chris Harris and Phillip Lindsay, right? Look who the Bills have. Arguably, the Bills have a better roster than the Denver Broncos do today. You say, well, Joe Flacco and Drew Lock are better than Josh Allen. But is he? Are they? Moving forward? Frank Gore, Shady McCoy, Yeldon, another rookie running back, Ed Oliver, Edmonds at linebacker, Micah Hyde at safety, Jordan Poyer. I ain't looking up on Google. This is off the top, baby. They got a deep, deep team. They are not going anywhere. Just because they're the Buffalo Bills, they ain't the Buffalo Bills with Marv Levy, Thurman Thomas, Jim Kelly, Andre Reed, Cornelius Bennett, Bruce Smith. You feel me? This ain't the 4 years, 4 Super Bowl losses. This is a different era. This is the NFL now. Buffalo Bills are going to be better than you think. Same thing you could say for the New York Football Jets. They're coming. They may not beat New England in the division, but that doesn't mean they can't get in the dance and get to the Super Bowl at some point. It sounds crazy. It sounds crazy for them to even make the playoffs. It sounds crazy for them to even make an AFC championship game. But that's why you play the game, as Herm Edwards would say. That's why you play it. But I do like Buffalo and the Jets' opportunities to keep growing and making their teams better. They have a lot of good pieces that people are sleeping on. It's easy to be, all about your team, but if you're someone like me that follows all the teams, all the coaches, all the linemen, you start to follow and see things in camps and in articles and in video that other people don't see. When I see football, I'm not biased. I see talent. And if I see talent on any team, I'll recognize it. But this Buffalo Bills team is better than you think. And watch, if they play Dallas on Thanksgiving and they win, you'll be woke. You'll see. Christie, N.O., lost Ingram. Big mistake, Argo. I disagree. You got Alvin Kamara. It's his time. The alien, AK-41, Argo. And guess what? You got Latavius Murray. Almost as good as a Mark Ingram. You got Jared Cook. Got a nice tight end. Ted Ginn. You got some pieces there. They'll be okay. John Roberts. The Bills will. You guys won't have to worry about the Pats anymore. Now that's confidence. Christy, Homer, you really should grab a sense of humor. Ryan Groa said, the arguments in the room. Look at the competitiveness with the football fans. Still have Kamara, Murray, Thomas, Cook, Breeze. Do I have to continue? You could. You could be like me. Name drop, name drop, name drop. I can do it in wrestling too. I can do it in any sport. Got to know your stats. Did you do my skins first? Juan Gotti. Where'd I do, my guy? Well, you know what? I would have done the skins first, but you didn't finish last year, big guy. The Giants did. And I'll go over the list. You'll get educated. I'm going to give it to you. Chowdhury says, I got a brain. You don't. Oh, man, you guys are funny. Shrek. Christy, it's typing how am I going to tell if you're joking or not. You guys are silly. Chowdhury, the Redskins, I'm not sure if Alex Smith fully recovers, they can compete. Guess what, Chowdhury? Alex Smith ain't coming back. This is Dwayne Haskins' team now. Alex Smith, there's no more Alex Smith, period, for that team. It's Dwayne Haskins and beyond. You just got to get Trent now in camp. That's what the worry is in Washington, not Alex Smith. And the thing is, at some point with Dwayne Haskins, they are going to compete. They got Geis at running back, injured all last season. He's going to be able to put up some solid numbers. Ryan Kerrigan is a great player. Jonathan Allen, you got pieces. The problem with the Redskins is not that they suck, right? Redskin fans know, Marcus knows. They have the most injuries out of any team year in and year out than anybody else. How can you win 9 games when you have almost all your starters on both sides get banged up for a good amount of time? You can't. It's a lot of bad luck, right? Jay Gruden might need to go, but he's been doing the best that he can. You can't win if your best guys are off the field. Imagine if Jordan Reed could stay fucking healthy. They could get to 9 wins. He's a top 5 tight end when healthy, but he just can't stay on the field. Ryan Kerrigan, to me, is a Hall of Famer. Some people don't think so. Look at the stats. Look how many consecutive seasons with 7 sacks or more Kerrigan has had. He's one of the best players in the NFL that gets slept on. Look him up. Look at the stats up. Stats don't lie. Okay? He's legit. Redskins aren't that far away from competing with Dallas and the Eagles on a year-to-year basis. Right? But they just need to be able to draft better and, limit the injuries. That's the problem. They can execute on offense and defense. It's injuries. That's the name of the game. John Roberts, dude, the Bucs are going to win the Super Bowl. End of story. Way to try to cheer me up, big guy. But the donations in this room, that's good enough. Everyone in this room is amazing. Amazing, amazing people. Amazing. Don't even know what to say with all this. It's crazy. Kamara can't carry the team. You obviously don't watch football, Argo. AK-41, the alien, he can carry the team. To me, out of all the running backs that are in the league, he's my favorite. I like him better than Saquon. I like him better than Zeke, right? I like him better than Run CMC. And I even like him better than Le'Veon Bell. And that's saying a lot. Why do I like Alvin Kamara? I'm a Bucs fan. Why the hell do I like AK-41? Why did we call him the alien? Because he's out of this world. And the reason why I like him, he's got a chip. Chocolate chip, a big one on his shoulder, okay? When you're not a first-round pick and you get picked second round, like Michael Thomas, third round, fourth round at the running back position, does anyone expect anything out of you? And he's putting up numbers like these guys that are getting picked in the top 5 picks. Come on, think about it. He's skilled. He can do it all. He could be the guy that gets you 1,000, like a Marshall Faulk or a Roger Craig. He can hold it down. They don't have a lot of options at wide receiver. Traquan Smith will be able to do some. Jared Cook will do some. Ted Ginn will do some. But guess what? Drew Brees' number 1 option? MT13, Michael Thomas. Okay? Mr. Money, Michael Thomas. Number 2, it's going to be Kamara. And then 3, Jared Cook. Kamara is a workhorse. He is a bell cow. Ring the bell. Ding, 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 ding. He is the man. Don't ever forget it. Look at stats at the end of the year. We haven't had guys that could do 1,000 rushing, 1,000 receiving, or 1,200 rushing, 1,200 receiving. And if any guy could, like a Roger Craig, right? Amazing player. Marshall Faulk, arguably one of the best all-around running backs we've ever seen. Kamara's that guy. That's big facts. Christy. Raul. Who doesn't have a brain, she says. She said, I work in your field, though. But good luck. 2 ITs in one room? Now, this is a smart sport fanatic chat room. What can I say? No, John, the Browns are, he says. Six Ink. Hot take. Chowdhury. Now we're going to the hot take. Six Ink. Bucks are the pure definition of dumpster fire. Come at me. That doesn't make me sad. But the thing is, there's a lot of other teams that have more dysfunction than me. We do need to get rid of Jameis Winston. Get rid of licking those W's for those wins. He's not the future. He's disappointed me. But if they would have went Marcus Mariota, that would have disappointed me as well. Maybe even more for being a Duck fan and a Buck fan. Seeing him win the Heisman and then struggle. But check it out. When you don't have good coaching, you don't win games. Dirk Cutter is an OC. There's a reason that he's an OC again for Atlanta. Because he can't head coach. Okay? Arians is the man. He'll be able to find a way. He gets sick. Guess what? Todd Bowles is my new coach. Right? Byron Leftwich can call plays. They just need a couple pieces. And they have some there. They have 2 great tight ends. They got 2 great wide receivers. Right? They need a running back or 2. They need offensive line help. They got Sue and Vea. Great up front. They got Levante and Devin White. Defensive Rookie of the Year. They need help on the secondary. They're not that far away. They'll get there. And sometimes With hot takes like that, we might have to get into my list from worst to first, because who knows? It could happen this season. You never know. Too Fast 49, Niners. Argo, boo. He said, Mahomes wins Super Bowl MVP and MVP. Super Bowl MVP, I would assume, is what you're meaning. It could happen. But we don't know how he'll play, how consistent he'll play. But I'm pretty confident he's going to wow everybody. Patrick the Clone Mahomes. Too Fast 49, the Lions. John Roberts says, like the button. Not just like it, hit the like button. If you haven't, guys, this is good stuff. I'm giving you better than Colin Cowherd. I'm giving you better than Fox Sports. I'm giving you better than Skip and Shannon. I'm giving you that hot take. I'm giving you my all, my passion, my energy. This is going to be the best podcast streaming you're going to see in a long time, and it's not going to quit. That's big facts. Like button blue, done. Okay, 6 Inc., I see you. Too Fast 49. Guessed it. Chowdhury, Detroit? I don't trust Detroit to do anything except beat the Pats. But maybe you should. Maybe you should. 6 Inc., Raiders. Is Raiders number one? If it was already said, I came late. I'll read it for you guys. Ryan, I'm an analyst. All I do is crunch numbers, analyze that data. But I'm a who dat homer, ride or die for Breezes. I believe it. I'll go over the list because I know you guys want to hear it. Chowdhury says, even if the Raiders had a talented roster, I'd still pick them to finish last in the division due to the possible drama that can ensue with AB and company. You could say that. Right? You're a Broncos fan. You have every right. But I'll tell you what, regardless of the relationship the Bucs had with John Gruden from back to the Bucs to now is different, right? Coaching has changed. The game has changed, right? But I think the Raiders will play a little bit better than you think, and Josh Jacobs is going to be one of the big reasons why. He's the best running back that they've had since not Marshawn Lynch, but probably Darren McFadden, and he's going to be better. Josh Jacobs is going to have a great chance to win Offensive Rookie of the Year. Yeah, I said it. He's going to be a bell cow. He's going to be able to compete with Montgomery on the Bears and a few other running backs and other wide receivers and Kyler Murray to try to get the award. Juju's going to be a superstar. He's already getting there. I've been out of the loop and watching NHL. Time to hop on that Northwest Sports Fanatic wagon, baby. Niner Empire. The Empire will rise. I like the Niners. They're up and coming. Jags. I was big wrong. Redskins. Let's see here. Colts are scary, but they need a QB. Luck is injury prone. I disagree. I think Andrew Luck at some point is going to win an MVP, and I think the Colts are going to win a Super Bowl in the next 6 years. Yeah, I said it, because they're building a roster great from top to bottom. It's not all about one player. It's a team sport. Remember that. Andrew Luck is the truth. And think about it. You doubted him before, right? And how the hell did he throw the second most touchdown passes besides Mahomes? Would you have guessed that going into the year? No. So never, ever underestimate anybody. Never. John Roberts, can we talk about the triple X factor running back room in Buffalo? McCoy, Gore, Singletary. What about Yeldon? He's still on the roster, isn't he? If Jags players can stay out of trouble by paying their tab, big facts, and if the coach's bench is Blake Bortles, things would have been better. But if you think about it, if the play calling would have been better in that AFC Championship game and they didn't get so predictable and run, pass, hey, they could have gone to the Super Bowl that year. You know? Could have been Jags and Eagles. They wouldn't have won. Eagles would have won, but they could have got there. They were close. Shows you with an elite defense on what you can do. You have a great O-line, a great defense, and a good running game with a solid quarterback. You don't have to have an elite quarterback, but just someone solid, you can make it happen. Chowdhury says good night. Argo says Mizzou. Robert says Bills. And let's see here. I'm getting caught up. I'm close. Omer, what do we have to do to get you guys over 20K subs by the start of the season? Love the show. I can tell. You know what? I don't know if we got hacked. I don't know if YouTube, right, has changed their metrics. Every time we get a couple subs, I'll do a refresh later in the night and 3 will be gone. You can't tell me 3 people unsubscribed at the same time. So I don't know what's going on. If we got trolls, if YouTube changed their metrics, if something's going on with our channel, we should be at 19,000 by now. We haven't been getting the numbers, that we should. And the videos haven't been getting enough views that we are normally used to getting. So I don't feel our content has gone down, so I think something's going on with YouTube. But you know what? Regardless if it takes longer to grow, you know what kind of product we have. You know where it's at. And Omer, thank you so much with all of your donations. Seriously, though, from one sport fan to another, just the kindness of your heart. Thank you. You know what I mean? Means a lot. Because, I give everything that I have with this. This is my dream. I sold a Michael Jordan rookie card for $5,000 for this equipment, for the $3,000 iMac, $1,000 speakers, right? $1,000 mics. You know what I mean? That card that I had, once Jordan passes away, would have been worth 10 to 15 grand. I took a hit, but I didn't because I did it for the dream, because I know it's going to happen. And I have fans like you, that make me believe. I'm never going to quit regardless. But when you do things of acts of kindness like you did, and people like Hellord, 247, the bromance, $5 here, $5 there. You know what I mean? Omer with an $18, a $62, $101. Kidding me? $5 and $5. You guys are in fucking sane. I love you guys, every single one of you. Omer, Hellord, all of y'all. John Roberts. Rivers might be over soon. The dude is mighty, but damn. Well, if he keeps having kids with his wife, he'll have 2 football teams. I think he's got like 10 kids, including him. He's got a whole starting roster, a starting 11 on offense. Rivers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way to 10, baby. There's Reed. You got the Hall of Fame. I think I might have to switch over. Let me see. The football game is over for college, so let's get it over to that. Let me get it over to the right channel. All right, here we go. Total Access. NFL Network, my favorite show. Good Morning Football. All right. Assuming Most Wanted 28 says that DK Metcalf develops properly, the O-line becomes at least average, and the coaches start leaning more on passing, what do you think the odds of winning MVP in the next few years? Russell Wilson. I don't think Russell Wilson is going to have enough talent to win MVP. Is he an MVP caliber candidate? Yes. Is he one of the most exciting quarterbacks I've ever seen? Yes. But sometimes you have your windows in football. The Seahawks had a 4-year window, 4 to 5. Same thing with the San Francisco 49ers, right? Seahawks went to 2 Super Bowls. You won one, you lost one. You probably should have won both. The Niners went to 1. You probably should have won it, but you got Ray Lewis. Farewell tour. You ran into Ray Lewis, Sometimes you have to build and build and build, and you have one shot in that 4 to 5 years. And once that shot's gone, guys get older, guys get traded, guys get injured, and it's over. And you got to rebuild. And you may never get there again for a long time, But I think Russell Wilson is a Hall of Famer. He's always going to be a guy that's going to push guys to the limit. You're going to see Tyler Lockett and him become best friends, just like Jared Goff and the Goffettes and Cooper Kupp. They're going to have chemistry. They're going to be special. But I don't know what their record's going to be at the end of the day. Rams are winning the division. Seahawks are going to compete with the Niners for second place. What's the win total going to be? Niners 7-9, and then maybe Seahawks 9-7 or 10-6. But you lost a lot of pieces. I'm concerned. Reed got suspended. You lost Frank Clark, your best player not named Bobby Wagner. You don't have Earl Thomas III. You don't have the Legion of Boom anymore. I don't know. We'll see. I don't expect too much from Seattle, but Pete Carroll's an amazing coach. So if they get to the playoffs, wouldn't be surprised. But will they go far in the playoffs? I don't think so. I think there's a lot of teams that have more depth in the NFC. But I love Russell Wilson. But it's not impossible to think he can get MVP. But with the other quarterbacks in the league, Mahomes and company, Andrew Luck, Breeze, Rodgers, there's a lot of competition. I think at any point in time, the Seahawks can make a run with RW. They gotta build that roster a lot more though, and that's big facts. Cowboys will win the Super Bowl. Tommy H. Incorrect, especially if Zeke is in Mexico drinking Mai Tais It's not happening, my guy. Contract problems equals disaster in Big D. Do you pay Dak or do you not? Dak, disgruntled. Do you pay Zeke or you don't? He's getting drunk in Mexico, working out, but he's not fully there mentally. Amari Cooper, do you pay him? Or do you let him become distressed, nervous? Cowboys can make the playoffs, but they're not going to the Super Bowl. The Eagles are winning the division, 11-5, 10-6. Cowboys can go 9-7, 10-6 with an elite defense, an amazing O-line. But if no Zeke, no playoffs. And that's big facts. Omer with the donations here, $18. 18 for 18K subs. Let's get it to 20. I'm trying, man. I'm grinding. You've seen how many videos I've been putting out. You know what I mean? I moved the equipment over here to my place. You know what I mean? Just to try to get more videos out, more content out. Tomorrow, I'll probably do 5 reactions for you guys with highlights. And I'll end up doing a 2-hour stream on top of that. And I'll probably do that on Sunday also. Do I have to? No, but I love it. I love it. I can do it because I got the grind in me. And I got to get you guys prepped for fantasy and for the NFL season. Omer, 18K, $18 sub, $18 donation. Let's get it. $62. Six Ink says, Omer, ooh, my man. Can we get that top 8 list again? Sorry, I missed it. Yes, Omer. Sorry, I just had to go through all the comments. I will. Just got here. And I got the Nolans Saints, the Bromance, another $5. I'm almost caught up. Omer, just review the Panther games, please. 12-4 this year. Props, Omer. Yeah, big props. Exactly. Same with Julio. I hate the Falcons with a passion. Will respect 2Dude making the best sports channel ever. $101. Wow, Matthew Sanchez said. Do you see that? That's love. I love you. Omer, that's love, bro. You know what I mean? And I don't want to be like, hey, I'm the best. Every other sport channel on YouTube's trash, because I don't believe that. But I mean, if you want the best content, the best passion, the best energy with no bias, you are not going to get it on sports radio. You're not going to get it in a podcast. You're going to get it right here. Look at Omar's donations. He believes it. He's a gamer. He knows. Man, I love you, man. They are selling Mahomes cereal in Kansas City. Really? Damn, can I get one of those? Sixing. Okay, Omer, this is insanity. How can anybody top that? They can't. Sixing, I would donate, but I'm a poor mother effer. Just a truck driver, not balling at all. Keep up the good work. Omer, God, you're balling out of control, big dog. Love it. In your opinion, am I crazy to think Andrew Luck might be top 3 this season? He is, if he can stay healthy. Great roster. All right, so before I get down, because I'm almost to the comments, I'm going to go over the list, okay? Because I've been making people wait like Omer. Omer's been donating hundreds of dollars to this stream. There's no highlights in this stream, right? There's nothing extra special in this stream except me giving you the best content in the NFL for today. Let's get it. Northwest Sports Fanatics, NFL rankings from worst to first in 2019. Not by Colin Cowherd. Nope. Not by CBS Sports. Nope. Not by anybody on ESPN. Nope. It's by me, your boy, O-Dog, Orion. Let's get it. Number 8, the worst team that has the worst chance to go from worst to first. And as you know, every time in the NFL season when it starts, there's always one team somehow, some way gets worst to first. Either luck, right? A little bit of injuries, a little bit of a combination of both with the 3 teams that are ahead of them. Number 8, this team is not good, right? They have had problems at the wide receiver position. They got a wide receiver that they just acquired for Odell that has a suspension that he is trying to fight, right? Eli arguably is the worst quarterback in the league. That's starting today. Who are we talking about? We're talking about the New York Football Giants. Guess what? They're not going worst to first. They have the worst chance. You have Saquon Barkley. But who else? Nobody. Olivier Vernon. See ya. Right? Who else do you got? They probably should have got Dwayne Haskins, but they got Daniel Jones. How good will he be? Who the hell knows? When will he start? Game 5 or 6? That even being said, 5 wins or less for the Giants. They may be looking at Tua. They may be looking at Justin Herbert. They may be looking at somebody better. We'll see. No Landon Collins. Big mistake. Thin roster. Golden Tate, suspended. Shepard, injured. Odell, Cleveland. You're in trouble, Giants, and for a long time. But you did get 2 Super Bowls against the Pats, so I'll salute you to that. Number 7, another team fractured by injuries. This player is one of the best at wide receiver. He can't stay on the damn field. That turf sucks. Who knows how good he'll be from now moving forward? Who am I talking about? I'm talking about A.J. Green and the Cincinnati Bengals, right? Eifert, injury prone. A.J. Green, injury prone. Great up-and-coming player. Avoid the Boyd. Tyler Boyd. Grab him in fantasy, right? Running back, sleeper. Besides Nick Chubb, Joe freaking Mixon. Baby AP. Going to show out this season. Gets banged up as well, but he runs hard and he's faster than you think. And if A.J. Green's out, Tyler Boyd and Joe Mixon can rock that roster with Andy Dalton. But the defense isn't good. The O-line isn't good. So you're only going to go so far. You're not going to beat Pittsburgh. You're not going to beat Baltimore. And you're definitely not beating Cleveland. Number 7, AFC North, Cincinnati Bengals. Number 6, another team that has no chance, in my opinion, this year. But they will make the playoffs once they move. Where are they moving to? Vegas. Who am I talking about? I'm talking about the Oakland Raiders, right? You got AB. Fly like a butterfly, sting like AB. You got John Gruden. You got Cleveland Farrell. You got Josh Jacobs at running back. You got nice pieces. Is Carr the answer? I don't know. He might be. He might not be, right? But you're not going to be able to get past the Chiefs and the Chargers. But what you might be able to do is get past the Broncos. It's possible. Because people are already writing the Raiders off. But if Josh Jacobs goes for 1,200 yards and 10 touchdowns, guess what? The Raiders are a better team than the Broncos at that point. Yeah, they have Phillip Lindsay. They have Royce Freeman from Oregon, right? But how good are they going to be at wide receiver? How good is Noah Fant going to be after all those drops we saw last night? Von Miller is great. Bradley Chubb is great. Chris Harris is great. They need more. Are we getting Joe Flacco or Joe Wacko? Which one? The Raiders have a chance. Not to get first, but they could be third in the division. We'll have to wait and see. And if they don't get third, they could be getting close to a 500 ball club in a year. And that's big facts. Number 5, NFL rankings worst to first ranking out of the 8 teams in the 8 divisions that finished in last place last year. You feel me? Cardinals, number 5. Kyler Murray is the truth. If you think at the number 1 pick he's going to be a flop, you're wrong. Will he be as good as Russell Wilson? No. Will he be as good as Patrick Mahomes this first season? No. But will he express talent? Will he make the Cardinals better? Will he bring a new life to David Johnson? Yes. Will he revitalize Larry Fitz's career? Yes. Is the defense bootios, like New Day would say? Yes. This team can play pretty good football. 49ers in Seattle, you don't know what you're getting. Will the Cardinals finish second in the division? Highly unlikely, right? But I do see them winning more games than people are assuming. And I think there's a good chance that Kyler Murray, right? Kyler Murray could win Offensive Rookie of the Year. It's going to be a long season for him. A lot of bumps in the road. But if you watch him in training camp, practice, preseason, he's the truth. I like him. He's going to be like a budding superstar. It's not going to be one right away, but there's going to be 30 touchdowns, probably 5 to 6 on the ground, at least 500 to 600 yards on the ground as well. Special. Number 4 up to number 1 have a legitimate chance of going from worst to first. Somebody's going to do it. You might have 1 or 2 teams get there. Number 4, one of my favorite teams in the league right now. I'm a Bucs fan. Remember that. This running back that they acquired, the 49ers wanted him. Lots of teams wanted him. The Raiders wanted him. He chose the Jets. No one talks about him. They got new jerseys this season. Jamal Adams is an amazing safety. CJ Mosley joined the roster. He saw something. Who am I talking about? Talking about the New York Football Jets. Jets, Jets at number 4. Okay? This team has potential. The Buffalo Bills and the Jets have potential. Are they going to win the division with New England? No. But can they make the wild card? Yes. It could be as early as this season. Sam Darnold is doing something. He is going to take the next step with Josh Allen at Buffalo at quarterback. We've seen Baker's progression. What about these two guys? You're going to see it this season. Le'Veon Bell means less bad forced throws by Darnold, a balanced offense, okay? The defense has Jamal Adams and CJ Mosley. If those guys stay healthy, those are 2 first-ballot Hall of Famers, in my opinion. And then Quinnen Williams, stop it. This team is going to be good. New York Football Jets. Number 3, these 3 teams have the best chance. Because obviously the Jets and the Patriots, it's not likely. But Buffalo or the Jets could. Something happen if Tom gets banged up for a few games. Or they lose Sony Michel for half the season. You know, there's opportunities if some of the guys go down that the Jets and Bills can take advantage. Number 3, my team. When you look at the team, no quarterback, bad O-line, 2 bad running backs, bad secondary, but they do have some great things. Great wide receiver, Mike Evans. The best up-and-coming breakout wide receiver in Chris Godwin. Mark that down, fantasy football studs. Yeah, I'm talking to you. 2 great tight ends, O.J. Howard and Cameron Brate. Vita Vea and Ndamukong Suh up front. Solid. Run, stop. Run, stop. Run, stop. Stoppers. Okay? Levante David. Devin White. Rookie of the year on defense. They have some, but they don't have it all. But if Jameis can learn how to turn the ball over less, stop making interceptions with his back foot, listen to Arians and Todd Bowles, and a bunch of people for the Saints, Falcons, and Panthers get injured, could happen. Maybe not this year, but I've seen weirder things in the NFL. Number 3, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, from worst to first. More realistically, though, getting past Atlanta and the Panthers. It's possible they could end up being the second best team in the NFC South. That doesn't mean that they're going to go to the playoffs, but if there's injuries that stack up, just like they had with Deion Jones, Keanu O'Neal, Devontae Freeman, Cam Newton, if those guys get hurt again, the Bucs could improve with Bruce Arians. Don't sleep on him at head coach. If you can bring the Cardinals to the Super Bowl, you can bring the Bucs back to relevance. That's big facts. Number 2 and number 1 are my favorite, obviously being number 2 and number 1, all right? These 2 teams have the 2 divisions that are the hardest to predict right now. This team here, you're known for Ford, blue-collar work, hard work ethic, little brother looking up to big brother. Who am I talking about? I'm talking about Detroit Lions, #OnePride. Who's going to win the NFC North? Is it the Bears again? Will they dominate at defense? Will Montgomery show out at running back? Will Trubisky take the next step? Who do they have at wide receiver? How will the defense play? Will the Vikings dominate with Kirk Cousins? Will him and Kyle Rudolph have a relationship and get more touchdowns and receptions? Will Thielen and Diggs have the best duo over Odell and Jarvis? Possible. Will Dalvin Cook stay healthy? Will the defense get back to elite status? Could happen. Aaron Rodgers, will he dominate again? Will we see an MVP season from him? The defense is great. Better than it's been in a long time. Great secondary. Great pieces. Moved on from Clay Matthews. Now on the Rams. Devontae Adams is a top 5 wide receiver this year. I said it. Aaron Jones. Who? Aaron Jones. He could take the next step. But will they be consistent enough to do it? Yet to be determined. Yet to be seen. But the one team that they're not talking about with any chance is the Detroit Lions. Matthew Stafford. What's been his problem? He hasn't had a solid running back. Now you got Kerryon Johnson, the best running back they've had since Reggie Bush. It's sad. Then you get in the draft TJ Hawkinson, the best tight end in football as a rookie. Better than Noah Fant from Iowa as well, right? He can catch. He can block. He's got great hands. He's got great footwork. He can make it happen. He can be the Ebron that they thought they were getting there. When he went to the Colts, he turned into it. They had a hole to fill, and they filled it, right? They got some nice pieces on defense. Big play Slay on the back end. A nice front four. But they're going to have to make it happen with Golladay, Marvin Jones, Hawkinson, and Stafford is going to have an MVP-ish kind of year for them to win the division. But it's the hardest division to predict because it seems like every 5 to 6 years, the Detroit Lions win the division or they get the wild card. Is it the year? Could it be the year of one pride? Maybe. And that's why I have them at number 2. Number 1, the team that has the best chance to go from worst to first, because at least one team does it every year, Jacksonville Jaguars. Think about it. This division is hard to predict too. Off the top, you say the Colts are the best. Houston could win or get second place. But what about the Titans, Mariota and Tannehill? Will Derrick Henry dominate again? Will Corey Davis take the next step? Will Vrabel get them to the next level? Could be. What about Nick Foles? How good is he? Less talent than the Eagles. Can he make it happen? How will Leonard Fournette play? What about their wide receiving core? After Allen Hurns and Allen Robinson left, do they have anyone? How great is the defense? Is Jalen Ramsey a top 5 corner? Can he show that he's the best corner in football? Bouye, can he help him out? Campbell? Miles Jack? Josh Allen from Kentucky, the D-end, outside linebacker prospect? They have talent. Any team in that division, the AFC South, used to be the laughingstock of football, could go 10-6 and win the division. The Jacksonville Jaguars legitimately 2 years ago were in the AFC Championship game, almost beat the Pats, had one bad quarter, underachieved last year. Is this the year for Saxonville? It could be. So that's the list. 8 Giants, 7 Bengals, 6 Raiders, 5 Cardinals, 4 Jets, 3 Bucks, 2 Lions, and number 1, Jacksonville, Saxonville. So hopefully everyone that was asking, that's the list. And I'm going to quickly go over here to the comments. Got to keep up the great work, bro. Subscribe to this channel, best sports channel ever. Keep pounding. Panther Nation. Couldn't stick around longer. It's okay, Matthew Sanchez. Love you, guy. What's that? $300 out of donations? Man, the love is sure is hell appreciated, man. I don't know, man. It's crazy. It's crazy with the donations. How much people love me in here. Love you guys. It's just incredible love that you guys show. Matthew Sanchez says, later, bro. I love it. Omer, what do you make of the Jets signing former retiree center Ryan Khalil of the Panthers? Good move for Le'Veon Bell running a 5-time Pro Bowler. Now they just need a damn kicker. LOL. Omer, I love it. When I read that at work, I yelled. I was like, yes. You know, because I think everyone's sleeping on Le'Veon. Ryan Khalil didn't have to come out of retirement. Does he have anything left in the tank? He does. The Jets, I like slightly above Buffalo this season. I mean, I love Buffalo for John Roberts, but, you know, Bills Mafia. But something about the Jets, new uniforms, new swag, Quinnen Williams, right? CJ Mosley and Jamal Adams. You arguably have top 10 guys on every level already, because I believe in Quinnen Williams will be great. I love CJ Mosley, one of the best in the NFL already. And honestly, out of all the safeties in the league, not named Kevin Byard, Jamal Adams is the best one, besides Derwin James, as far as young up-and-coming talent. I love the Jets. I think the Jets could go 10 wins this season. I think the Jets could go to the playoffs as a wild card team. And I wouldn't want to play them. And I could see Le'Veon Bell winning the rushing title this year. Could happen. Sam Darnold's going to take the next level. Going into the draft, Marcus liked Josh Allen's upside, right? I like Darnold a little bit more than Baker going in, right? A little bit less distractions. I didn't know they were going to get Odell, right? But Sam Darnold is one of those guys that even though a lot of USC quarterbacks don't pan out, he's one that is. I think he'll be better than Carson Palmer. I love the Jets. And the cool thing about the Jets this season, those brand new unis. You went away from the traditional helmets. You switched colors. You got a whole new logo, new scheme. The only thing I don't really like is Gase. You know, but besides that, they're on the up and up. They're going to start being scary good. They just need to pick up a wide receiver or two, add on to that roster. They're going to be special for a while. I like them. Omer, great comment. Orion, Sixing, do you really think Goodell cares about the fans? He wanted the Pats and Rams because they were both huge marketplaces for the NFL. Put a red nose on Goodell and he'd be more truthful. Well, the thing is, for Goodell, in his eyes, he's trying to be as fair as possible. But you can tell who he caters to. Jerry Jones, Tom Brady, Bill Belichick, right? What about Robert Kraft, right? I want to go to the massage parlor and I want to get a Kraft VIP, right? Little rub down, right? If that was anybody else, right? What do you think would have happened? Obviously, no matter if he ends up going and getting some type of extra sentence, extra fine, obviously he doesn't, the way that the league is now, primarily black African-American players, it's definitely not fair. And then you got guys that are kneeling and then you're crucifying them for believing in, police brutality and, equal, rights for not only blacks and colored, because obviously me being half Japanese and half Czech, you know what I mean? I've had racism against me, and a lot of my friends are black and Mexican and Cuban and Asian, white. I have friends of every color, of every race, of every age. It's just sickening. And then you get people that are saying that, they're kneeling and they're disrespecting the military. Get the fuck out of here. It has nothing to do with that, with the flag in the military. It's weird how sports, it's about one thing and then people try to twist it into another thing when it gets all political. It's crazy. But Goodell isn't fair. And that's the bottom line. You could be a Republican. You could be a Democrat. Anyone can see, the way that the country is right now, the way that it's, being run, it's not perfect. It's never going to be perfect. You know what I mean? But Goodell definitely, is biased. He has his favorites, and it's definitely not a league that's run fairly. That's why he gets booed at the draft every year. That's big facts. Damon P. Aquadio. So my guy in Madden won the national title. LOL. Combine time. You should create me and create a character. Orion. Northwest Sports Fanatics. I don't even have to be the quarterback. I'll probably create myself in Madden. I used to do that in the old NCAA footballs, but then they couldn't say my last name since my last name's Michalek. If you have like a last name like Smith, once you put it in college football, they'd be Smith goes back once you actually typed it in. Yeah, but they won't be able to say Orion or Michalek, so I guess I'm screwed there. But I'll probably pick up Madden tomorrow. You better believe it. Sixing Damon P. Aqua Dio. Damn right. Six Inc. Matthew Sanchez, hey guys, I know I said I was going to leave right now, but when I went to check my mail, I got something really excited. I got accepted to a sports athletics scholarship to guess what school? North Carolina? Matthew Sanchez, question mark. Nailed the combine? I actually got accepted to two schools. One of them is North Carolina, but the other is University of Oregon, and I'm in tears. No way! Are you serious? Bro, congratulations, man. That's awesome. I mean, Chowdhury's going to college. I just respect the hell out of you guys. Wow. If you come out to Oregon, bro, we can hang out as much as you want. I'm near Beaverton at Nike headquarters. I'm not that far from Eugene. I go to the games all the time. I'm usually in the first 10 rows. If you decide to go to Oregon, bro, we'll hang out. You got a place to stay over here. If you need a place to stay temporarily. You know what I mean? If you need to stay the night, on the way to Portland, or, if you need me to help you out with anything, if you decide to come out this way, I got you, big dog. That is awesome. Congratulations, man. North Carolina or Oregon? Tough choice. North Carolina's got the basketball history. They usually have some decent football players, Julius Peppers, right? But out here in Oregon, bro, the culture out here, I'm telling you, it's special out here. Oregon Ducks, Blazers, Northwest fans, we're something else. Northwest Sports Fanatics, let me tell you. Whichever way that you go, congrats, bro. I'm proud of you. That's awesome. I know now the toughest decision is which school do I want to go into. Crazy. I got drafted by Oakland. Yes, Damon P. Aquadio. The Broncos now have 3 of the top 10 corners in 2018. Ratings don't lie. Well, there's multiple things to think about. Travel, cost, reputation. Yeah, there's a lot. Now, I'll tell you what, though, as far as like football is concerned and fan base, for football and basketball, we got something special out here. I mean, North Carolina's got the history. Jordan, Vince Carter, Antoine Jameson. Like, don't get me wrong. You know, they got the history there, and it's probably closer to where you live. You know what I mean? But Oregon has great academics out here. It's not all about booze and strip club and weed, you know, even though we got that out here too. You know what I mean? But the cool thing about Oregon is from where I live here, you're 2 hours away from anything. Suburbs, 2 hours to downtown Portland with the Blazers, 2 hours to the beach on the coast, 2 hours to the mountains, Mount Hood, 2 hours to go camping to Bend or anywhere else. You literally have every season and every place that you could possibly go to. It's beautiful out here. And the fan bases and everyone is incredibly nice. I mean, everyone is, you know, even if you don't come out here for school, if you ever came out to visit, I got you. But, you know, you got definitely a tough decision to make. But congratulations, man. That is awesome. Proud of you. Mr. Nguyen, what's good, my guy? LSU guy. Nyland Saints guy. What it do, my guy? Mr. Nguyen. 16th, Matthew Sanchez. Wait till Ryan reads this. When he finds out about Oregon, he is going to flip. And I got my Joey Harrington jersey on. And it's even sewn. I'll turn around for you. I don't know if you can see that. Little Joey Harrington sewn jersey action. Baby. Oregon Ducks. We got it here, baby. All right. He might have never panned out, you know, in the NFL. College athletics. It's special out here in O-Town. Orion Town, Oregon, baby. Wow, I still am excited for you, bro. North Carolina, Oregon. Talk about prestigious schools. God, that's crazy. Mr. Nguyen. You guys really think so? Can y'all believe Saints football is next week? I know. NFL football's next week, Mr. Nguyen. And guess what? College football, about a month away. I'm going to be going live so much, I might die. 3 games on Saturday, 3 games on Sunday. Monday Night Football. Has anyone on YouTube ever done that? 7 games in 3 days? 3 games in a day? Back to back to back, 9 hours college? Back to back to back NFL? Has it been done? I'll be the first. Hopefully you guys can help me grow. Hopefully you can help me and Marcus grow. It's important. Northwest Sports Fanatics, get us on the map. But it's crazy. Football's coming. Sadly, I won't be able to watch the Saints next Friday. I'm going to Dallas to watch my little cousin play flag football in AT&T Stadium for the weekend. Hey, family's everything. Sometimes family is more important than football. I respect that. Solstice Beat. What's up, Jessica? All the way from Alaska. What it do, my girl? How are you? How are you feeling? Hopefully you're in good shape. I know you have your surgery soon. Donations in the room tonight have been lit. This has been a great show today. We've missed you. Found out something. Look at the whole stream chat. If people enter and leave, it usually means that they only want to hear about their team. Tell them, 16. Solstice Beat. Woo! Yes. He's got it. What up? Orion said you were a very smart sport fanatic not too long ago. I did. You'll see. We'll see. You know I got you, Jessica. I'm the hardest working YouTuber, period. Oh, my God, guys. I don't think I could sleep. I'm so happy. I bet you are. We have Kendricks. Jenkins. Very happy right now. Cowboys will win the Super Bowl. Sixing, tell them. Man. Oh, I'm about spreading love and positivity. Like the New Day, huh? I'll do anything that goes against that. You'll have permission to tase me. Anthony, hey there, how are you? Hey, I am great. Did you look, Anthony, in the chat? You see how many donations your boy got? You see how much love that's in this room? It don't even matter if there's 13 to 15 to 20 people. You don't need that many to donate if they love you. All it takes is one. Sometimes there'll be 10,000 people in a chat room for someone in YouTube, and they don't even get one donation. That doesn't mean they don't have love from their fans. They got love here. Deep pockets, too. I'm preaching. I'm preaching, baby. Who dat? Seth Dodd. What it do, my guy? Remember you from last year? How are you? I love your vids. I love you, big dog. I live in Chapel Hill, and it's sick. Yeah. I want to visit, man. I want to be able to go. Only places I've ever been, right? I've been to, obviously, I live here in Oregon, right? Beaverton, Nike headquarters, right? I've been to Washington. I go there for Seahawk games, Mariner games. I've been to Cali, Disneyland, right? And I've been to Japan twice, right? But other than that, I haven't been anywhere. Hopefully at some point I can just vlog and I can just go around the country and go to games and throw that on YouTube, vibe with y'all, go to your guys' hometown, go to watch games with you. I'd love to do it. Randy Casey, my data ran out so I can't hear you. Uh-oh. Time to get a new plan. Sprint, can you hear me now? Verizon, can you hear me now? I'm still here, he says. Randy K say Pat looks better than ever in practice. All right, so I'm going to go over the list again, and just in case there's anyone that wasn't in the room at the time. NFL rankings from worst to first in 2019. Number 8, the Giants. Eli's horrible. Every wide receiver's banged up. Odell is gone. He's on the Browns. You got Saquon, but you need probably about 20 of them, 20 Saquons to be relevant. 8th team to go worst to first, the worst chance to do it, the New York Football Giants. Number 7, A.J. Green gets injured almost every year. Tyler Eifert. They got Joe Mixon in. Avoid the boy, Tyler Boyd. But they have a thin line and a thin defense. The Cincinnati Bengals are at 7. Number 6, we got the Raiders. Even John Gruden can't get this team to first place in the AFC West. Number 5, Arizona Cardinals. Kyler Murray. Patrick Peterson out for 6 games. No problem. Kyler Murray, a new budding superstar, number 1 pick. Number 4, one of my favorite teams in the league, the New York Football Jets. Jets, Jets. Watch out for them. C.J. Mosley, Quinnen Williams, Jamal Adams, doing big things. I'm telling you. Number 3, the Bucks. Jameis, licking fingers, getting W's. It could happen, but not this year, most likely. Number 2, the Lions. Kerryon Johnson. He's an animal. Number 1, the Jacksonville Jaguars. Saxonville, Duval County. Okay? Those are the 2 teams that got the best shot, legitimately. Lions and Jags to go from worst to first. You can have 1 team make it. Sometimes you have 2 if you're really lucky, right? But it could happen. It's possible. Perfect is going to cheap shot Pat this year. They face each other twice. 6th Inc. See you later, Ryan. Keep grinding, Broham. I'll let myself out. Guess what, 6th Inc.? Look for my videos tomorrow. I'll be here in the room grinding. I'm going to do probably 3, 4, 5 reactions. And I'll also do a live stream probably around the same time. Probably around 7 o'clock West Coast time. So if you guys got something to do, hop on. Better believe it. Man, this has been a fun one today. 2 hours and 22 minutes. I could do this for another 8 hours. No joke. Especially with great fans like y'all. Omer Mujic, $18 donation. Omer Mujic, $62 donation. Hell Lord, 247, $5 donation. Just got in here. He said, Nolans Saints, hashtag bromance. And then Omar Mujic, $101 donation. Whoa, buddy. We're talking about Superfan. Hellor 247, $5 donation. I don't know what to say. You guys are the best. Way to make my day. Amazing day with you guys. I love it. It's great. But if you guys have any other questions that you want to ask about your team, what I think the record's going to be, I'm going to probably stay in the chat here for another about 7 minutes. So that way it's the clean 2 hour and 30-minute stream. And then I'll be able to take a rest, go work out. And then, like I said, I'll be back at it in the morning. Look for my videos. I'm going to be grinding. Marcus is in Washington, Tacoma, seeing Impractical Jokers. He had a chance to go see Dave Chappelle and Joe Rogan, but he missed out on the tickets. So Impractical Jokers is where he'll be over the weekend. So while he's gone, I'm grinding. I'm grinding, son, like clips. I'm grinding. All right? So I'm going to be doing plenty of videos tomorrow, a stream for an hour or 2, 3, 4, 5 videos, the same on Sunday. I'm going to visit my dad, watch a Dodger game with him, And then I'll put up plenty of videos then too. So much love in the room. Way to keep me motivated. Way to keep me happy. Way to keep me on the grind. All right, so you guys fire off some questions. Like I said, I got 6 minutes. I'll fire off and I'll answer all of them. Seth Dodd's got a good one. What do the Saints need to do to win a Super Bowl in your opinion? Be the Nolans Saints. The Nolans Saints. All right? You got Drew Brees. He's going to stay healthy. I think he can win an MVP or a Super Bowl MVP. Can Alvin Kamara handle a full load? Yes, he can. Is he going to dominate? Yes, he will. Will he get 1,000? Very possibly. Okay? Is Michael Thomas one of the best receivers in the league? You better believe it. Right? You have other guys that are going to be able to make a difference. Traquan. Right? Ted Ginn. Jared Cook is going to be an X factor. I see the chemistry with Breeze and Camp already. All right? And also, okay, Sheldon Rankins. You feel me? When he comes back, it's going to be big. Marshawn Lattimore, he's going to make a difference. Eli Apple, depth on depth and depth and depth, right? Cameron Jordan, most underrated player on defense. The team just has to stay healthy. My favorite team in the NFC, period. If I had to pick one team to go to the Super Bowl this year in the NFC Championship game, Nolans Saints. Number 2, Philadelphia Eagles. Number 3, Los Angeles Rams. AFC, Patriots by default. Then Kansas City Chiefs. Then Chargers. Then Colts. Then Pittsburgh. Not a lot of teams. There's a few. You know what I mean? You got the teams that have the depth, and then there's going to be some sleeper teams. But overall, I mean, if you look at it, if New England gets clipped, right? Kansas City, in my opinion, has the best shot. And then, obviously, depending if Melvin Gordon gets signed, Chargers are right there. And I like the Colts a lot. Very well-rounded. But I like Kansas City and the Chargers a little bit more. That is if New England gets clipped. And then, like I said, my top 2, Nolans Saints, number 1. Philadelphia Eagles, number 2. No one's going to want to play those two teams. They could play in the NFC Championship game. If I could have my dream scenario would be New England gets clipped, right? And before the AFC Championship game, like in the first, second round, right? They get clipped. So it's the Chiefs and the Chargers in the AFC Championship game. Great ratings. It'd be amazing. And then I want to see the Saints and the Eagles. Storyline for days. If it's Eagles and the Chiefs, you could have Andy Reid against his old team. Could happen. Nolans Saints. I'm looking for Breeze to get another ring, and I don't want him to retire. I want him to try to come back and win another one. AK-41. Drew Brees. Michael Thomas. That's the best trio in football. Arguably. I like it. Sexy on paper. And they're the most motivated. Minneapolis Miracle. Knife to the heart with Diggs, right? Non-call pass interference. Bullshit. Knife to the heart. Who's the hungriest team going in this year? Nolans Saints. And that's why I think they're going to win the Super Bowl. And that's why I think they're going to get to the NFC Championship game. When you're hungry, right? Drew Brees, 40 years old, I don't give a shit. It don't matter. They're going to grind, and they're going to find a way. And they have passion, like your boy, Orion. They can make it happen. I love them. What's your take on the Jags? NFL Highlights asks. I love them. Sleeper. I like the Colts more. But I feel that, besides them, Texans O-line is too shaky for me. And Tennessee, who knows what Mariota and Tannehill are going to do. So it could be Jacksonville and the Colts battling it out for the AFC South crown. But I think that they can be pretty good. Nick Foles doesn't have a lot of weapons around him like he did in Philly. He's a gamer, though. Slick Nick Foles. Never count on him to just, nut up and not be able to get it done. He'll be able to do it. Anthony, have a good night, everyone. This guy has to work in the AM. Later, Anthony. I'll see you tomorrow, hopefully. Seth Dodd, I got Saints, Chargers, although I'm biased for the Saints, well, obviously. And then, obviously, Drew Brees going against his old team. That would be interesting. Chargers, player for player, got one of the best defenses in the league. I love Derwin James, Melvin Ingram, Bosa. Very deep. Very, very deep. But we got to see about New England. But Saints winning the Super Bowl would be great. And I'm a Bucs fan saying that. I love Michael Thomas, Michael Money Thomas, MT13. I love Alvin Kamara. He's my favorite running back in the league. How is that possible? I'm a Bucs fan. You know how it's possible? It's called not being biased and recognizing talent when you see it. That's why people love this channel. It's big facts. What's your take on the Jags? The Chiefs had one of the worst defenses last year. Just going to leave that tidbit here. Yes, They did have one of the worst defenses, and they were a coin flip away from going to the Super Bowl and winning it. Big facts. If they would have went to the Super Bowl versus the Rams, the Chiefs would have won. That is not a hot take. They would have won. It should have been Chiefs Saints in the Super Bowl. And then who would have won there? Who knows? So to say that they had one of the worst defenses shows how great of a team they really had. They got all the way to the AFC Championship game with one of the worst defenses we've ever seen. And now they got Honey Badger and Frank Clark and a good, healthy Chris Jones. Who? Chris Jones. They're amazing. Can't use that as a knock on them. They're going to get better. Chiefs are winning a Super Bowl in the next 5 years. Big facts. Mike Evans has talent too. Yeah, he does. He does. I love Mike Evans. There's not a lot. I'm a defensive guy though. So, that's really typically how it goes. I'm a Levante David. I'm a Devin White, the year rookie. I like defensive guys. I like Gerald McCoy. But my favorite player of all time is Derek Brooks. I'm Warren Sapp, John Lynch, Rondé Barber, Simeon Rice, and then the Levante David, Devin White on the current roster, But they have talent. O.J. Howard will break out this season. Mike Evans, Chris Godwin. If I could just get a fucking quarterback like Tua, Trevor Lawrence from Clemson, Herbert, that could take that team to the next level. I just need better quarterback, 2 good running backs, right? Better O-line and better secondary. It sounds like a lot, but if they could just get a few more pieces, they're getting there. Pretty soon they'll compete with the Falcons and the Panthers. They may not be able to compete with the Saints right now, but, we'll see what happens in the near future. Gave up 50 in a game. Big facts. Yeah, so? Still almost made it to the Super Bowl, though. Patrick Mahomes is better than advertised. All you got to do is get to the dance, make the Final Four. You know what I mean? You got to look at the accomplishments that they made. It's good for the league. Being an LSU football fan, I hope Devin White does well for you. He's going to win Defensive Rookie of the Year. He is going to do good. He's going to be the face of the franchise. When people in camp for Tampa Bay camp are saying that he's the best player on defense already, and he hasn't even taken a snap in the NFL, what does that say? Better than Sue? Better than Levante that's been doing it there for 8-9 years? Saying a lot. No more Quan Alexander, so they needed some help. But that's saying a lot for that franchise. He's amazing. He could be Ray Lewis, baby Ray Lewis, Patrick Willis. That's what we're going to get out of Devin White. I'm getting my jersey soon, a couple days. I can't wait. He's going to be amazing. So, any other questions that you guys want to fire off real quick before I go? 2 hours and 32 minutes in the stream. I'm going strong. I got to go. I look forward to watching tomorrow. Had fun, and he will win Rookie of the Year. That's big facts. All right, so I think since it's over 2 hours and 32 minutes, I am going to call it a night. Go back over the amazing donations tonight. Omer Mudjik, $18. Omer, $62. Hellord, 247, $5. Omer, $101. Hellord, $5. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much. If you guys are still in the room, if you guys had to go, I understand. Look for my videos tomorrow. I'm going to have some reaction videos in the morning or early afternoon, and then I'll be in the stream here tonight, Saturday and Sunday, around 7:30 Pacific time. So if you guys are on the East Coast, it'll be around 10:30. I'll be in here. We'll talk football. I'll have a great show for you. I can't wait. So you guys all have a great night. Enjoy your Friday night, which is transitioning into Saturday morning. I love every one of you guys. Sports Fanatics for life. I can't wait for NFL to keep going. And I'll see you guys soon, very, very soon, tomorrow. And thank you so much for the donations. You guys have been absolutely fantastic. And I got one question for you guys. Who you know talks sports like us? Northwest Sports Fanatics. And I'm out.